You sneaky. You're running as an outsider.
I am an outsider.
Is this true? Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
Come on. Come on. Really?
Do you smoke crack cocaine?
Exactly. Let's give the people what they came for.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Mr. Prime Minister, will there always be a Canada?
There will always be a Canada.
All right, elbows up.
Elbows up.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
Ready? Are you ready? Get them out of here! Get them out of here! Get the hell out of here!
Enough with the woke shit.
So the answer to that is to stop being stupid.
I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Get your special sock out, nerds. It's gonna get good.
Is the federal government stealing from us? Are they sabotaging our industry? Are they taking us down the path to communism? Are they censoring us? Are they stealing our guns from us? Come on, let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Knockout!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday Night Fringe here on the channel. What a night we have for you guys tonight. I know we started a whole whopping minute late. We're worried about C9. I'm going to be honest. C9 comes into effect tomorrow. So we got to get everything out of our systems tonight. We got to have a good show tonight. I hope you guys have had a great week. Hopefully it's been nice where you are. I know it's been off and on where we are. It's a lot of rain.
A lot of rain, but a lot of heat too.
A lot of rain, then a lot of
hot.
heat. My air conditioner's kicking into overdrive. We got, holy crap, over 500 people in here already. Hit those likes buttons, folks. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes in tonight's stream. Wednesday's show was abysmal. We need to try and get 1,000 likes up in this bitch by the end of the show. Let's get a roll call. Let's get a roll call. I want to see who's up in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from. I got to know. I got to know where you guys are at. Where you at in my chat? What do we got here? Holy crap, there's my cough. John coming in from Rimby. We got Nicole coming in from Abbotsford, Ann coming in from Edmonton, Austin coming in from Calgary, Squid coming in from Calgary as well. We got Todd and Cindy from Fort Saskatchewan. It's our 27th anniversary today.
Happy anniversary.
That's more than a life sentence. Congratulations. Yeah. Congratulations for making it this far. I know Mrs. Fringe and I will be celebrating 20 years this September. Miss Titan fan Carrie from Nashville, Tennessee joining us once again. We got Kelly in from Rimby. We got Mystic coming in from Calgary. D. Robert coming in from Chicago. That's my kind of town. We got Derek coming in from Carson City, Nevada. Once again, I love my American viewers. I don't know if you know this. We got a lot of American viewers on this channel. They're wonderful, wonderful people. Hockey fans coming in from Calgary, though. Oh, there goes my voice. Nelson Cade coming in from New Brunswick. Oh, I see people saying they took themselves off of X because of C9. It's not going to be that bad out of the gates.
Now, let's hope not.
Nothing wrong with being prepared. Ahmed Nur Mohammed coming in from Edmonton. Welcome in. We got Steve coming in. Rant of all rants tonight. I don't know if I can because it depends on time zones. It depends on a lot of different things. I don't know how C9 is going to... You got to understand, I've lost over half of my income from being sick this month already. If YouTube pulls the plug on me, I think this family's sunk. I don't know if I can risk a rant tonight, but we'll see where we go. Maybe I'll try and do a new and improved rant that doesn't cross the line.
Can you do that?
We'd have to try and be crafty with it. Delphine coming in from Fort Mac. David Brewer coming in from Springfield. Good to have you in here. Bored Canadians coming in from Smith. Mystical still on the roof. You listen, you're going to get your fascist pancakes. You hang in there.
Derek wanted me to make pancakes for tonight and I completely forgot.
Listen, fascist pancakes are better than regular pancakes because you can just taste the authoritarianism in them. They're wonderful. Wonderful. Guy Hodgins coming in from Medicine Hat. Great to have you in here again. Carol and Gerald are coming in from Calgary. We got Phoebe Long coming in as well. Harley Squirrel Nuts is in from Rocky Mountain House. You mean we won't be able to watch you anymore? I know some people might have a party over that. No, you will be able to watch me. Look, worst case scenario, if I got kicked off of YouTube, I'd head over to the Green Meanie. There's no money over there, but at least I'd be able to get, the news out to you guys.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We'll do it live. Blitz Hanker coming in from Calgary. 18+4 coming in from Lloyd. We got Casper the Mad coming in from Arkansas. Harrison, Arkansas.
Arkansas. You're gonna make fun of me for that forever.
I love Arkansas. I think it's a wonderful state. One of the best states. Only the best states. We got Keith coming in from Morinville, Ladwig's coming in from Red Deer, Mike Wood coming in from Edmonton, Laura coming in from Tabor. We got Andrea coming in from Cowtown, Lynn joining us from Calgary as well. We got Calido coming in from Kalmar. We've got Jamie joining us from Montana. J-Man coming in from California. Love California. I loved Anaheim. I want to go back to Anaheim. Those were my kind of people. Bug Caddy coming in from the Kootenays in BC. We got Greg coming in from Provost. We've got Mystical coming in from Ohio.
Love it.
Miss Carol from Clive. CJ's coming in from Edmonton, Future Republic, Alberta, for who that. Mrs. Fringe, stop hitting me. We're not even in. Weiss coming in from Medicine Hat. We got Jason from Swazi, Alberta, and Tin Man XR from Nanaimo. Guys, I gotta get caught up. Mrs. Fringe is getting antsy. She's getting mad. Not much I can do about it.
Super chats you need to.
I've even got super chats right in the game. Hey, you guys are on fire already. Allie coming in. No, I'm not playing the clip. I don't want to see Fabio this early in the stream. But there's the $2. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Ingrid with the $2 coming in from Bragg Creek. Good to have you in here. Matt with a $5. Can I get my fascist pancakes with maple magus syrup and racist butter? Only luxury butter is what we serve it with. Perhaps some transphobic sprinkles. Yes. That's asking a lot. That's asking
very
a lot.
Demanding.
Max coming in with a $20 super chat. The studio in Calgary is ready to rock. Spent my entire day working on the sub. See you in the telethon. We're going to talk about that coming up. Thank you, Max. My brother chiming in from Revelstoke. Guess what, folks? On his way to Alberta. He left British Columbia. He's coming to Alberta. You know why? Because I needed 2 people. Just like everybody else here, I said get 2 people. 2 people to vote to send a message to Ottawa. And guess what? My brother and his fiance, his wife, girlfriend, whatever you want to call it. They're basically married.
Yeah.
They're going to vote. They're going to vote to send a message to Ottawa. He will. If she doesn't, I'll just boot her back to BC. Don't worry. But it's good to have my brother in here. Glad to see him in here. Oh, you guys are great. Look at the gun coming in with a $2 super. McChesney Park in Illinois. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. I love our Americans. Look at Nick coming in from Indiana. Look at all those states. Look at those wonderful, wonderful America states. You guys are wonderful. You guys are great. I got to talk about one thing that was great before we get into everything else. And I'm going to get a little verklempt. One of my viewers, Mr. Biggs. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Mr. Biggs in the chat. Mr. Biggs reached out to me and he says, look, I did something for your channel. And you guys can see behind me, I've got my Voto SB sign from Mike. I've got my Alberta coin.
Your cowbell from Steve.
My cowbell from Steve. I've got this Batmobile that was given to me at the signature trade-off for the
Transformer.
Petition. My Transformers from Luca. God, you guys are so generous in this channel.
Yes.
And every time somebody gives me anything, even if it's a middle finger, I'm very humbled. I give you middle finger all the time. You're not that appreciative. I'm just used to it after 20 years of marriage. But Mr. Biggs contacts me today. He says, I have something for you. I need to get in touch with you. Luckily, our paths were crossing because I was in Edmonton. He was in Edmonton. I used to collect pop vinyls. And I stopped because the market got a little weird. Never in a million years did I think that there would be a pop vinyl like this. Mr. Biggs reached out and custom made through Funko Pop.
How cool is that?
Mr. and Mrs. Fringe. And I've got a set of headphones and a lollipop.
I love it.
I got a lollipop. And I got to be honest, this is
I love it.
This is one of the nicest things All things that everybody does for me is the nicest things in the world. John Bolton said it in one of his videos, just meeting people.
Oh,
they're now his
that's
friends.
my favorite
Everybody's
part.
his friends.
I love
it. He says, I'm just as happy to meet the people who are happy to meet me. And I feel the same. The sentiment is 100% bang on. Even if John Bolton does screw up my appearance in ads, I think he nailed it. I never got into this channel to be well known or to be famous. And people say it all the time when we go to like the Whistle Stop or any of the rallies, and people say, "Oh, you're famous and you're a celebrity." I say, "No, I'm not a celebrity. I'm just a guy in my basement,
like everybody else,
telling you what's going on in the world. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not famous. I don't see myself as that." It does stroke the ego sometimes. I'm not going to lie, but to be valued this much by this community.
You have the best community, really.
I say it in all of our videos, the best YouTube community on the platform. And it's not because I get stuff. It's because you guys show it in spades that the
chat is constantly
going. An actual community.
Yeah.
And I grew up always telling people when I wanted to be a comedian and I wanted to be an actor. And I said, I'm going to be famous one day. People are going to know who I am. People are going to know what I'm doing. And I remember leaving the 8th grade in Winnipeg and jokingly writing on my teacher's card, here's my signature, P.S., keep it until I'm famous. And you know what's funny is when How the Prime Minister Stole Freedom came out and my book was published in the National Post, and it was all over the new media and the news. I ran into that teacher when I went back to Winnipeg, and she said, I still have that card. And you guys have made all that possible, so thank you. I'm running out of room in my background. I don't know where I'm going to put this Funko Pop.
We're going to find a spot.
But I'll find somewhere.
It is so cool.
In my background for this Funko Pop. I'm really trying my best not to get emotional. It is
Your daughter was pretty excited. She's like, it's my mom and dad.
It's so humbling to know people care so much about what we do. So thank you. Thank you, not just to Mr. Biggs, but everybody who even just comes here to watch the streams.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's so much support for each other, even in the chat. It's amazing.
Just don't cross them. Don't cross the streams. That would be bad. Very bad. Let's get these supers out of the way. Look, you guys are still being generous. Steve with a $10 super. I got 100 signs from Jason Levine today. 2 different ones to give away this weekend. The Whistle Stop Cafe suggested donation is $10. Cost is $7.50 to print. Free if you can't afford it. That's okay. You just want to show your independence. Steve, thank you very much.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Excuse me. I'm coughing again. For anybody in the area. Anybody in that area. Feel free. Got Alexander with a $5. Vacation, hey Alberta from Kukan, USA Lake. Finally, after 2 years, I have you guys looking good. I'm not sure what all of that says, but Alexander, thank you. Thank you for the $5 super. Alberta Gamer, you are famous to us and a target to the left. Yes. I appreciate it. I don't see myself like that. But
well, didn't your dad call you today and asked if your bank account was frozen?
Because I know Jeff Rath. And he was dead serious too.
Oh, he was so worried. It was hilarious.
I feel like I'm gonna get my dad that Alex Jones meme where he says, "Look, I'm kind of retarded." Like, I can't with my father sometimes. Idiot Box $2 Super Canada curried treats. Guys, you guys are already trying to get me banned before C9 comes out. The Gun with a $5. You did say my town, Manchesney Park, correct. A lot of people don't.
Awesome.
That's
High
awesome.
five,
Glad
dude.
to hear it. Thank you so much. Thank you for the additional super chat.
Thank you very much.
Humble Hungarian with a $5 super. Got a humble finger for you. That means love. Keep up the good job, Fringe. I appreciate it. I like a thumb more than a finger. That's what she said. But I appreciate it. Extreme Wacko 279. Are you planning to watch the Odyssey movie? Hell to the no. I would rather jump backwards naked into a patch of cactuses than even look at zipper tits.
Please tell us how you
that
really feel.
Awful, horrendous movie. You guys want to see a good movie that gets close to the Odyssey? Go and watch Troy.
Yes.
The early 2000s, Brad Pitt,
it was very
Eric
good.
Bana. I think Legolas was in that movie too. Awesome movie. It was way better than 300. Go and watch Troy. Jeez. You know the only bad part about that movie? Apparently in one scene, Brad Pitt accidentally was wearing a Rolex. So they don't have Rolexes back then, and
No,
an
they definitely
airplane.
didn't.
There was an
There
airplane
was.
that
I
flew
remember that. I remember the
over one of
airplane.
the scenes. You can spot the airplane, and
I mean, they can't control everything.
no, but still, yeah. Orlando Bloom was in it as well. Great movie. Troy was awesome. Oh my God, it was awesome. We gotta talk about something that is awesome.
I love awesome.
Tomorrow, starting at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Alberta time.
Watch it here.
It'll be streaming here. The Alberta Telethon for all the TPAs. Let's roll the promo clip, folks. Let's go. Love it. Absolutely love it. Now, what I love most of this is that this video was fixed. Let's get rid of the audio there. Let's get rid of that. Where is it? Oh, hold on. There we go. Looks perfect.
And Nelson says it perfect. Chad Fringe.
Giga Chad Fringe. I'm gonna start going to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta be honest. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna look like this. Give it a year. I'll give you an MOU that I'll look like this there. So it means about as much as Mark Carney's, but I'm gonna work on that. I like that. Giga Fringe. I love that it got fixed. Let's be honest.
Oh Lord.
But come check it out tomorrow. It'll be streaming on this channel, as well as 10 other channels. I'm sure everybody who's involved in the telethon will be streaming it on their channels. But tomorrow, so you guys have an all-day 12-hour live stream from 11 to 11. It's going to be great. Mrs. Fringe and I will be on with Mike as well as Keith Wilson, talking about the white paper, talking about a lot of different things. And basically, we're going to be sitting there for 11 hours with one message and one message only.
Give me your fucking money!
Yeah, you know what we're going to be asking for tomorrow, but that's okay. I'll tell you one thing, folks.
It's all going to an amazing cause.
It's going to a great cause. It's going to the TPAs. It's going towards the referendum effort. However, you must be living in Alberta.
Yes, there are rules
to donate to the TPAs. Unlike Tom Lukasik, we actually follow the rules around here. Keep in mind, during the live stream tomorrow, I will have super chats turned on. Okay, we're not going to demand or ask for super chats.
Absolutely not.
But anybody who wants to super chat tomorrow, I have decided I will be donating every dollar out of my income, and I have to say it like that, out of my income, because I want to help the TPAs as well. So any super chats that come in tomorrow, I will be donating toward the TPAs as a thank you to everybody who's donating during that stream, who's unable to donate through their websites, and maybe just wants to support the channel, supports the TPAs, supporting the channel. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. But just a reminder, folks.
Pay it forward.
Pay it forward. Help out if you can. Dig in. Get a few bucks in. Help it out. We need to get Alberta the hell out of here. Otherwise, it's going to be dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. Look at Mr. Biggs. $5 super chat. LOL, you're welcome. Your lucky Funko Pop didn't have a body that would have made OAO happy. I don't even joke about that. Real Steve Jensen, $2. You have to gym doing it live. I'm not working out live. Is that what you're asking me to do? That would be
I don't
abysmal.
know if I do it live, but I'd record.
You should see it when I do. I do like a spin thing on a bike. Like it's a 30-minute. What do they call it? A HIIT.
Yeah.
High intensity training, or high intensity interval training. And you pedal for like a couple of minutes and then you like sprint
for 30
seconds. Then you take another minute off and then you sprint again. And it's supposed to beef up your metabolism. And when I do it, I'm great with it. I love cycling. I love biking. I know when you look at my figure, you say bullshit. The guy's never been on a bike. By the end of the 30 minutes, I'm screaming for mercy. The legs are starting to feel like they're on fire. It's brutal. I would not stream that. I'm sure you guys would be entertained. I'm not going to put myself through that. But thank you for suggesting it, Steve. Carney with $5. We're down the APP Alberta or the app albertatelethon.com to support TPAs. So you can get the app as well. Yep. Watch it on this channel. We got to get our views up this month. So watch it tomorrow on this channel. Idiot Box of the $2 super creatine grow up. I don't know what that means.
Thank you.
Or cretin grow up. I don't know what that means. Okay. Is that because I called
You're trying to go back?
I'm trying to figure this out. Another one, marathon dodging commercials. The $2 super. Thank you. I don't know what any of that means, but betting or management. Oh no, I don't live in Alberta yet. Yeah, but you're on your way.
You missed one. Carney.
Carnibalism, 11 months of being a member. What's your thoughts on Trump going off about China? I think it's warranted. I'm going to have a video about it, so hang on there. Hang in there. Hang in there. We got to talk about Carney tonight. We got to talk about Canada. Extreme Wacko with a 279. Are we going to have our own civil war after voting? Let me just put it this way. I can't condone violence.
Well, you know, people are.
I can't condone or promote anything to do with that.
No, but people will fight back. This
What
is
I
not
will
going to be the end.
what I will say is that if you think somebody's going to hand anybody independence, that's not how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't say what I want to do or what I will do when it's done. But all I'm going to say is all I'll have to do is do it once. That's it. And people will know. People will know. That's the end. We don't mess with the fringe. I can't say what I think will happen or what should happen. But I guess we'll see. We'll see. Mr. Biggs, I do hit fringe training.
Fridge.
I do hit fridge training. Hide in the fridge training. Stay cool while working the jaw muscles. You know what? I used to watch Ultimate Fighting guys to go down a weight class. They used to take their cycles, their stationary bikes, and they would go into a steam room. And they would pedal almost until the point where they pass out.
But they wear the sweatsuits too, right?
And they wear the sweatsuits, and that looks brutal. But honestly, I'd honestly be willing to try that.
And that's a water weight what they're trying to lose.
Yeah, but I'd like to try that out just to see how effective it is. I know it's dangerous. Max of the 587. The about to work required to run the telethon live stream is insane. Here's my 587 super chat. Max, you're such a trooper. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your brother. He's doing a lot of work. A lot of work with John and others.
Absolutely.
John Bolton's done a lot of work for that telethon as well.
Yeah.
He even screwed up my picture. He was working so hard. But that's okay. We love John. We fixed it for him.
I think you'll forgive him eventually.
Eventually.
Might take some time.
He called me a son of a bitch the other night.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to allow it.
You probably deserve it.
I'm going to allow it. We love John. I'm just kidding. Look, guys, let's get on to the memes, shall we?
That's really what we're here for.
That's what everybody came here for.
It is Friday.
Crap. I have to pull up Steve Jensen's video after as well. Let's do that. Before we get to the memes, I do have to talk about this because Steve Jensen and a lot of people were sending this my way before the stream started. Alberta, this is deplorable. Last night, a forever insane Canadian vandalized the Cool Shit store in Red Deer by spray painting traitor on the sign and breaking 2 windows. Let's see if Thomas Lakazik will condemn this behavior. He won't. He won't. Now, we don't know for sure that this person is a forever Canadian. The fact that they put traitor on the sign says enough.
I mean, it's a good guess, but I mean, you can't be too sure without all the facts, right?
Yeah. Idiot Box of the $2. Through the commercials, just take my money. Okay. Yeah. So there's nothing I can do about the commercials.
Yeah.
YouTube lays that out. If you monetize a video, they throw their ads in. My advice for anybody who doesn't like the ads, just pay for YouTube Premium. That's what we do. I never have to watch an ad.
I always have to watch the ads because I'm not on your YouTube. I use
to
my
me,
own.
it's worth the $10 or $12 or whatever it is every month. Plus, if you don't have what is it, Spotify?
Yes.
You get YouTube Music streaming, which is the same as Spotify. They have just as big a library, and you get all that included in your monthly fee. So really, I don't use Spotify. I use YouTube Music, and that was the whole reason I got YouTube Premium. I'm not trying to plug for YouTube because they censor this channel and everything. But if you guys don't want to do the ads, get YouTube Premium. It's a simple fee, and it takes care of that whole problem. So here's what he says. For all the patriots out there, come visit Rob and support his business. If you are around Red Deer, they're at 6750 52nd Avenue. Go check them out. Here's the video. So you can see big, tough lesbian. Oh, it's actually a dude.
Is it?
It's a dude walking in, just slowly, nonchalant, all in black like Antifa. And they got the spray paint can ready. Like they premeditated this, obviously. They had the can ready.
They have the can, they have the rocks.
They know what they're doing. I'm going to remind everybody, it is Red Deer. I mean, Red Deer kind of known for this kind of stuff. I certainly wouldn't have a store in Red Deer. You can see them spray painting, and then they back up, and just like the childish coward they are, they throw shit through Cool Shit's windows. And then walk off like they own the universe. And of course, nothing will happen to this person, right? There's somebody driving by, didn't bother to say anything about them with the spray paint can up at the store.
But when they drove by, they didn't see them doing it. So
it's not a girl. Apparently, it was a man.
Really?
Apparently, they said on closer examination, it was a man. A
kid, really?
Yeah.
They look very young.
Yeah. Stupid idiot. There they go, throwing shit through their window. Steve Jensen with the $5. Rise of Alberta. Trump went off blaming Canada for the lack of forest management. We're going to talk about that. Thank you for the $5 super. I got that lined up. Don't worry. You guys are always, you're like the spoiler police. Every time we do a stream.
Just wait.
You guys are like, where's this? Where's that? And it's like, I got it. I got it. Just hang in with me.
If it's not them, it's me.
I got it. We got it. No, he can't throw. He throws like a girl. No offense to the ladies. But you know what I mean by that saying, right? Hopefully people know what here. Every time I say something like this, people just jump down my... Why would you say that, Fringe? I'm a girl and you offended me.
I can throw.
I'm going to unsubscribe. Just having fun, folks. Just having fun. I got a hard time with this one. It wouldn't be so heavy if they used their arms. It's true.
Might help them a little bit more.
It's
Definitely.
True. There's what I was looking for. Excuse me, it's ma'am. Allie, thank you for the $2. Steve Jensen, look at my AI enhancement of vandalism. I don't have my emails open or anything, Steve, but yeah, it's Carnibalism, $5 super. As far as the Civil War goes, everyone just get okay. I can't read this out. I can't read it out because C9's law tomorrow. I can't.
You're going to get us banned.
I can't. I appreciate the $5 super. I can't read that out. You guys are going to have to understand. I'm going to have to watch some things now that those are laws.
We got to be extra careful.
It's not that I'm afraid to get canceled. I mean, I'd prefer not to.
I mean,
it's
yeah,
the
we
fact
like paying
that
our bills. And
it's the fact that I'd like to stay on the air and keep pissing off the libs. So just hang in with me. Hang in with me. If you guys saw Danielle Smith this weekend, she's now got her own brand of fascist pancakes. These are great pancakes. You can, there's discipline in every fluffy stack, made with superior ingredients for the master race of breakfast lovers. Strength through pancakes. Order now or face the consequences.
Wow.
Go get your fascist pancakes. You're going to love them. I love fascist pancakes.
That's hilarious.
You guys saw the clip, right? Like, I'm just going to play the beginning. She's got such a mouth on her. Like, you guys think I go off the rails?
Oh.
This chick's got a mouth on her. But I love Danielle Smith's face when this starts. It happens every year, folks. It's not just this year. It's not just like Ralph Klein got a pie thrown in his face one year.
Yeah.
Nenshi, we showed the video today where he got cornered about somebody from Israel he met with. I mean, they always try to go out at these things and puff out their chests and get their gotcha moment. I bet you Danielle walked in here saying, I wonder what's going to happen this year.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder what's going to
happen. How far in do you think it's going to happen?
And they didn't expect fascist pancakes. Let's take a look.
Do you like my shirt? Protect trans kids. So I'm just wondering, I'm just wondering about Alberta selling, like, you want to sell Alberta out to billionaires. Like, do you actually think the Epstein class is going to protect you when it all goes down? Wow, that's a lot of unconnected things together, and we are protecting. You are protecting
things together.
Look at Danielle's face. This is where you need to insert that Grand Theft Auto meme of CJ going, oh shit, here we go again. Like, this is what I told Danielle Smith in an interview once, even though I'm mad at her right now. I said, I would not wish for your job.
Oh, no.
In a million years. In a million years. Because she's out here doing her job as premier. Whether we like it or not that she's campaigning against us, she's still doing her job as premier. She's out here meeting with people. She's flipping fat pancakes first thing in the morning. Right? And you got some retard who comes out thinking that they're going to get you in a gotcha.
Look at my shirt.
Look at my shirt. Look what you think about trans kids. Look what you think about this, Danielle. You're a fascist. I like your fascist pancakes.
I do love her reply.
And Danielle, look, I'll give it to her. She held her cool.
Oh, yeah.
And she didn't have this person rushed away.
No.
She's pretending to give an F.
Yeah.
But the thing is, nobody should have to put up with this nonsense from retards. I'm sorry. Here we go.
Protecting the environment. So why are you putting through all these data centers without environmental? A lot of unconnected things there.
So again, she gets into the data centers, and I saw a lot of people in today's video going, "Well, she talked about the data centers, so that makes it okay." I'll stop with the data centers.
Literally going from one thing to the next.
That data
did she even have a purpose of being there?
I don't think that data center is ever going to get built.
No.
Just like the pipelines, just like everything else. It's unbelievable. I think we'll so here's Danielle trying to say, like, look, here's the deal. She gets aggressive, and right about here is where the security grabs her. We'll at least, guys, language warning.
Yes.
We'll at least have the fascist pancakes quote in here.
You don't care about us. You only care about selling us out for money. What's your fascist pancakes?
Your fascist pancakes. Your fascist pancakes.
I want fascist pancakes.
Oh dear Lord, fascist pancakes. That wasn't on my bingo card for this year. That was not on my bingo card for this year. Fascist pancakes. Oh, good Lord. I want some fascist pancakes. I actually emailed Danielle after I made today's video, and I said, I heard those fascist pancakes were pretty damn good. And I sent her the picture of the fascist pancake box. Got an LOL back. And unbelievable. And this was because she went on Alberta Proud Dad. That's what all this was about, apparently. And Mario Zelaya posted about it. Is this his post?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says they lost their mind because Premier Smith appeared on podcasts with one of the biggest political commentators in the country.
The biggest in Alberta? That's not true.
The biggest in Alberta. Guys,
I know a lot that are much bigger.
Guys, I don't want to toot my own horn. Guys, I don't want to toot my own horn, but you know.
Igor is bigger.
Shh. We're not measuring here. We're not doing that.
If it were, I'd win.
I think Mario needs to re-educate himself with who does what in Alberta. That's all I'm going to say. I like Lawrence. I know Lawrence is going to get mad at me because I'm putting this out because he can't handle when we make jokes, when we have fun. I don't like the comments he made about Jeff Rath. Jeff's my friend. I've said things about Jeff Rath, but it's been for the protection of independence.
Yes.
And I've talked to Jeff afterwards. And Jeff and I have that kind of a friendship where we go back and forth, but I respect Jeff. And Jeff is my friend. It made me mad. Stupid. Whole thing's stupid. Anyways, fascist pancakes.
Moving on.
Fascist pancakes. Look at, holy crap. I'm going to get a meme for Dutchie whenever he super chats.
Thank you, Dutchie.
140, slapping it down. Is that the same as crepes? Hello, you two. I love me a fascist pancake. Dutchie, I'm going to get you a box of fascist pancakes. They're like crepes, like very thin pancakes. Licky booby. Yeah, they could be crepes. They could be fascist crepes. Although, no, because the French surrender all the time. They're not very fascist. The French just surrender. You can't have fascist crepes. You could have thin pancakes though. Thin pancake, the crispy ones. I like those. Here's an oldie but a goodie. OAO sent me this. We had to play it today. Good old Olivia Chow, who was blaming America for all the bad things that happened at the Salsa Festival.
Shocking.
Let's just play it before C9 comes out because I love it. I can't get enough of it.
That is what I support because I'm a liberal. I'm liberal. And you know what a liberal do? We destroy the economy. We make everybody impoverished. And then we make sure all the homeless people doing drug in front of the children and make sure all the school teaching the children how to be a homosexual and make sure they all teach about the transgender. So that is what important to me. Make sure we have enough subway car for all the poor people to travel around the city, going from homosexual to Palestinian protests and so on and so forth. That is.
I love it. Ben Bankus can do no wrong when it comes to Olivia Chow.
Absolutely.
I'm a liberal. I'm a liberal, man. We read Mein Kampf and we talk about things in the libraries. I love seeing all these. Every time I see these, it just makes my day. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I love that you're enjoying it. Here's a meme for you. Here's a great one. If you noticed, 2024 backwards is 4202, and if you take away the 0 and the 2, you'll have 42. It doesn't mean anything, but thanks for reading. Thought you guys
You'll
might
never
like that.
get that time back.
You'll never get that time back. And just a friendly reminder, contrary to popular belief, duct tape does not solve every problem.
That would be so crappy.
I put this one to the test. I will tell you right now, if you have the Gorilla Tape that is like duct tape, I would not recommend that either.
Do not recommend.
They're good for waxing strips. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
I'll tell you that. But yeah, if they don't find you handsome, they'll at least find you handy. Right? Wasn't that the old saying? That's it. That's it for the memes. But don't worry, we're going to talk about Canada tonight, and that's kind of a running meme. Although I do have to bring up Steve Jensen's video about Mike, because we all saw Mike singing on Monday, and it was Mike. I'm sorry, I love you, but it was cringe.
Mike is awesome.
And
He can't be cringe.
is this Steve Jensen's channel? Nope. Dang it. Dang it, Bobby.
That's a foot.
Where's I think I sent it to Mike over text or on X. Let me pull it up that way.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live, folks. I'm sorry. I meant to pull it up before the stream, and then we were talking about what happened at Cool Shit, and we were getting everything ready for the telethon promotions.
Slacking off.
Yeah, we were slacking off.
Doing.
We were. Here we go. Oh, this one doesn't have. There we go. We'll show you the video. Mike's song came to reality.
Did it?
We'll let you guys have a listen. We won't play the whole 4 minutes, but we'll play a little bit, so you guys can get a glimpse of Mike's Forever Canadian song. It actually sounds really good. Steve did a really good job. It sounds really good, and we probably should have listened to this before Mike did it. But hey, let's take a listen.
In Alberta's fields where the black gold flows, a Forever Canadian banner proudly shows. Petitions and flags and elbows held high, but behind the curtain, the questions multiply. Where's the money coming from, and why the delay on the rules that should keep the grift at bay? Forever Canadian, elbows up high, getting the folks with the patriotic lie. Push the vaccine, wave the make-believe flag, while foreign money fills the campaign bag. Thomas Lucas Sook dodging TPA reports, no declaration, just shady sports. Skimming in unity, shining name, lack of transparency, it's all the same. Forever Canadian, The slogan rings proud, but the donor disclosures, they're lost in the cloud. TPA registration, it came running late after complaints stacked high at elections Alberta's gate. Donations accepted with no limits in sight. Website open for business, but the book's out of sight. Where's all the money, Thomas? The voices demand from Rebel to Weston to the YouTube land. Gripped on, forever Canadian. Gripped on, forever Canadian.
Yeah, not too shabby.
Oh, I like that.
Not too shabby. Sounds a lot better than what Mike gave us. And again, Mike, you're my friend. I love you like a brother, but my goodness, let's not quit your day job. That was oh, yikes. Good song though. Good work, Steve. Mile High Mopar, $5 super. Hey everyone, sorry I'm late. Was playing Monster Trucks with the boy. Got distracted. That's okay.
We'll forgive you. Just this one.
Family time is okay. Steve Jensen, $2 super. It's on his X account comments. Yeah, we got it. Got it. Thank you. Idiot Box, rest menu for the unworthy commercials. Okay. Thank you for the $2 super. Schwartz Awaken, $7. I need the Spaceballs RV. Then have the demonstration derby for the Forever Permobile. Maybe we can arrange that. Michael Drader, $2 super. A new ringtone. Your fascist pancakes. Yeah. That'd be a good ringtone, actually. Alil with a $5 super chat. Keep fighting the commies. We will win. I love y'all. We love you. Thank you very much for the $5 super. Do fascist pancakes come with MAGA syrup? I mean, we could arrange that. We could arrange it. Humble Hungarian with $5 super. Going to open a breakfast joint and have fascist pancakes on the menu. Top it off with Tommy the Commie syrup.
Yes.
Commie syrup on top of fascist pancakes. Does that work? Do those blend?
It could.
Do those blend? Hopefully so. Okay, let's that's the memes. Let's get the memes out of the way. There's Olivia Chow again. God, when I'm getting rid of all these, I love it. Let's talk about the biggest meme of all. Let's talk about Canada. Let's talk about what's going on in Canada. Let's get to Canada. You guys want to rant tonight? I got a feeling I'm going to get to a rant, so don't worry. Stick with me. Hold on to those supers, because I got a feeling you guys are going to love it when that rant comes along. Got to talk about First Nations later on.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to come then.
Yeah, we gotta break open that can of worms. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's start with a little bit of First Nations. BC NDP Attorney General says her government is in favor of criminalizing residential school denialism.
What?
I'm not allowed to say what I want to say here because there are already rules on YouTube about it. But I would say if you're going to criminalize something, you should have to have documentation of what you're wanting to criminalize. You should have... You can't just say we're going to criminalize something because you won't believe our information. There. I think that's a constructive way to say it, isn't it?
I'm leaving it to you because I know if anybody's going to say something wrong, it's going to be me.
Is that a word? Is that a real English word? I don't know. I don't know
if we're allowed to use that in Canada.
I don't know if I'm allowed to use that word in Canada anymore. I live in a dictatorship. I live in an authoritarian state.
Are we allowed to say that?
I better not. I'm going to lose some social credit points. Look, NDP government, Attorney General. I got some advice for you.
Go ahead and call your dads. Tell them about your alternative lifestyle as a gay communist. And then, who knows, maybe eat a lollipop. I don't know what flamers do with their time, but I'd imagine it's something along those lines.
Yeah, definitely along those lines. She looks like the kind of person that would suggest criminal charges for this stuff, wouldn't she?
Of course.
Wouldn't she? Isn't this... And you know what? People always say, hey, Fringe, how come you're not more positive? You're so negative on your show. What are we doing here? What are we doing? You know, you got to end this stuff at some point. You just got to, you got to start telling these people.
I thought we would have hit the limit like 5 years ago.
So some of these press conferences are open to the public. There needs to be a point where we start watching when these are going to come up. And a bunch of us need to start going to these meetings. And when they start going, we're going to do that, we're going to do, people need to yell, oh, shut up. Stop it. Hey, stop it. Stop it. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. That's what we need to start doing.
They just need to say no.
You need to start asking these people, who the hell do you think you are?
Not anymore.
What are you talking about? What are we doing here? Like, isn't it your job to run the country and not to run us all into prison? I didn't realize that living in my own country, I have to watch everything I say, where I go, who I talk to.
On anything.
I'm not allowed to do anything unless I toe your truth.
Yeah.
I don't know. No.
I'd rather tell the truth than somebody's truth.
That sounds like an issue, not an ish me.
Yes.
And no, sir, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Seems very familiar. I think we've done this before.
Let's keep talking about BC, because people were saying, hey, Fringe, when you're talking about this? I've been talking about this all week. This post, I forwarded this post out today.
Nobody wanted YouTube didn't want the information out, so you've been hidden all week. You've been hidden.
Every time our videos have taken off this week, YouTube's cut them down by half. The viewership gets cut by half within 10 minutes of a video launching.
And they go, oh, gee, everything's running normal. We're really sorry.
No, you're not. I was here for this post. Welcome to Alberta, trucker. What's your cargo today? 2,000 cases of Okanagan wine. Destined for Alberta? No, just passing through. Stellar. The transit toll for the product is $10 per bottle. How will you be paying, or will you be going back and then around? This is what needs to happen in Alberta.
Yes.
Why is it okay for David Eby and Mark Carney? Look at them smiling. Look at them smiling like the pieces of crap they are. And saying, oh, it's okay for us to charge a fee for Alberta's oil to come over because we need some money from that. We want more money. You guys already give us a lot of money, but we want a little bit more. We just want that sweet cheddar. You know, we hate your oil, but we love the money from it. Come on, Alberta, you're our credit card. Are you high? What the hell is this? Where do we get off in this country? Where do we get off in this country to be told, okay, fine, we're going to give you a pipeline. Then, gotcha, bitch. You're going to give us all the profits anyways. You're just going to hand it to us. By the way, we're never building that pipeline. We're never getting it through. Once again, the only thing you're going to hear from politicians, anything to go out of Alberta, is one sentence and one sentence only.
Give me your fucking money!
I just can't. I can't anymore.
You need April, the landlord. That's what that reminds me of. No.
Here it is. Yeah.
There has to be a stop to this at some point. Like, when does it become too much?
You know what needs to happen? We need, I was talking on the show about voting. And I said, you know, we should have immigrants waiting 10 years so they understand our elections. I've taken a change of heart on that. I think we just need to take voting out of the picture altogether. I think we just, look, democracy was fun. It was fun while it lasted, okay? It clearly doesn't work. It clearly doesn't work. We need to just end voting altogether.
And what do you propose?
I think that you need to take voting away, because the problem is that in British Columbia, you have complete retards that believe in giving up their land.
Because somebody knocks on their door and
they
says
put guys
it's
like
theirs.
this in power. They keep voting for things like this. They keep talking about this, yet they can't write in cursive. They count to 3 when you pull them on things. They've always got green and pink hair. The nose, the septum, the deviated septum piercings. Is it deviated septum?
No, that's
septum.
Yeah.
The septum piercings. Whatever. You know what I mean. I'm so off today. Like, what you have to realize is that I don't want these people in charge of who runs my country. I talked to a family member who told me in the last election, I don't know who's running. I don't really care who's running. I just know I don't want the Conservatives to win.
Why?
I don't think you should have the right to vote in my country if that's how you see it. If you don't know what you're voting for, if you don't know what's going on in the country, you should not be allowed to vote.
Absolutely.
The suffrage system just does not work, folks. What you need to do is you need to lower the population that is actually allowed to vote. It has to be an IQ test. It has to be taxpayers, high bracket taxpayers, I think.
That wouldn't be us.
Middle to upper middle, net contributors. And I'll tell you what happens. See, the government right now behaves in a certain manner because they're able to open the doors and say, well, we're going to bring in migrants. They're going to get citizenship. They're going to vote for us. We get to stay. And when we get our minority government, we just pay people to cross the floor and secure our majority government, and we can just stay in power forever, indefinitely. If you narrow down the field of who could actually vote, politicians would have to start doing their jobs.
Oh, yeah.
Because a small percentage of people would be in charge of who puts them in power.
And they would have to not just do their jobs, they'd have to follow through with their promises. Like they couldn't just spout out gibberish just to get voted
look,
either.
I know people are going to say it's out of whack what I'm talking about, but you need something extreme like that. You have to find a way to get rid of the mouth breathers that vote. You have to get rid of, and it's not because, well, they vote liberal and I want them to vote conservative. It's we have stupid people. We even have stupid people who vote for conservatives. Like we have to admit that at some point. Look at unknown. Women voting was a mistake.
Yes.
Okay, good.
No,
I'm glad
Mrs.
Fringe said it. I'm glad Mrs. Fringe said it because now I don't have to get yelled at.
Do you know how many women vote for women just for the sake of them being a woman?
Yeah. Again, I don't want you having a say in my elections if that's why you vote. I just.
There needs to be a smarter way. I don't know if this is necessarily the way.
The bottom line here, folks, if BC is going to charge us a fee for our oil to go through their province, we need to be able to charge them a fee for everything that comes through here. This is why we need to leave. People who talk about Alberta being landlocked, this is the scenario. This is the leverage scenario right in front of you because we've talked about this, haven't we? We've talked about this before. If Alberta was its own republic, this is the perfect piece of the puzzle to highlight this. Because this is the scenario. Alberta would say, we want a pipeline. BC would say, well, we need our stuff to go through your province. And we'd say, you either allow us to get to the ocean, you take away tanker bans, or else we're going to turn off the taps. And you're not going to be able to bring your transports through Alberta.
Something for something.
We have what's called leverage at that point. This is what confederationism or confederacy. This is what confederacy gets you.
You're going to run a dictionary.
It's like, no, it's like living in a house with siblings. It's, well, dad says I don't have to give you this. Nah. And we just have to put up with it.
Yeah.
We just have to put up with it and say it's okay. This is the perfect example of why Alberta needs to just pack their bags and get the hell out of here. David Eby and Mark Carney wouldn't have these sadistic grins on their faces if we were already our own republic. They'd be wearing the brown pants. And with good reason. I would love to. I would listen, I'm such a nice guy. I'm a caring person. I'm fair. I'd give them 72 hours.
Yeah.
I'd give them 72 hours. I'd say you've got 72 hours. You make the decision. You either want to get in line or you can go without. This is why I told you guys you don't want me in charge of Alberta if we leave. I would be so ruthless. I would want to destroy their system. I would want to absolutely, like, you think Trump is bad? I would want to flip Canada on its head if I was in charge of the Republic of Alberta.
So amazing.
I would be so vengeful and ruthless. Like, they would call and say, we want to negotiate. I'd say, no negotiations.
I could help with the pettiness.
No negotiations. Here's what we demand. And if you don't want to do it, tough titty. And I'd hang up the phone. I'd say, now karma comes back. Now you're going to understand Now you're going to understand that you should have just shut up.
I love it.
You should have worked with us to begin with, and none of this would have happened.
You want to play now? Just wait.
You want to play now? This is what happens. This is what happens. This is what happens, Mike. I'm not doing any deals with you. The pendulum does indeed swing. It would swing hard. It would swing so hard. You'd have people across the world denouncing my leadership and saying that I need to leave. I would, God Emperor Fringe. That's got a good title. That's got a good title.
I don't know if I could live with you anymore if you had that much power.
I would
really
not.
Don't.
I would not bend the knee to any of these clowns. Any of these clowns at all. I would literally just say, no. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, I don't know if I could live with you if you had that much power. I'd allow it because it would be good for everything, but
no, that's it. Because here's the problem, and I've said this before when it comes to guys like Pierre. I've talked with Pierre's people, and I've asked them, why aren't you guys a little more concerned with the fact that Alberta's going to leave? And of course, they give me the same answer Pierre gave on Rogan, the little chuckle. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Mark Carney says we're bluffing. If we left and I was in charge, I'd literally just say, sorry, what was that you said? What'd you say? Yeah. You weren't worried about us leaving.
Couldn't quite hear you.
Now you can bend over and pucker up. Who's ready to kiss the ring? That's what I'd say to them. I would be, you guys do not want me in power.
No.
A lot of shit would get done, but you wouldn't like the way I was going to do it. There'd be people out there that wouldn't like the way I was going to do it. I'm telling you. Carney, the $5. If voting actually worked, they wouldn't let us vote.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I said at the beginning of the show, I can't say what I want to say about what would happen. What I can say is all I'd have to do is do it once.
Yep.
But they're not going to hand us independence. They're not going to give it to us. At some point, people are going to have to realize they're going to have to take it. Steve Jensen with the $2, a mandatory civics and economics course, 80% to vote.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't have like above a grade 9 education, I don't want you voting for who's in charge of my country. You don't even have a high school diploma. You don't understand how the world works. You don't have the right to vote.
Sorry, not sorry.
And for people who get offended by that, I'm sorry. But yeah, this is what gets us into this mess in the first place, is people who vote on emotions, people who vote because Matt's talked about it. He knows so many women who said, I voted for Trudeau because he was hot. Like, is that really what you want contributing into your political system and deciding the people who pass the policies that run your country, that run your life?
67%?
67% of the population is legally retarded. That's a statistic. That's a real statistic. Sean with a $5 super. A government needs to have a 3-year term and needs to change parties every election, new parties, new leaders. Yeah, but see, if I was in charge of Alberta, you guys wouldn't want that. You guys would want me to stay. Everybody else would want that. Everybody else would want that. Carney, the $5 super. Alberta charges BC a toll, then Saskatchewan. BC would go broke. Don't forget Ontario sending freight to BC. Well, if they're allowed to, we should be allowed to as well, shouldn't we? Shouldn't we?
Agreed.
Can I assist with your security detail? Oh, I probably wouldn't even.
Please.
If people got a glimpse of how I'd handle things, I probably wouldn't even make it to the front door.
No, you wouldn't.
Somebody would take me out so quick
or something. You would need
somebody would take me out so quick.
Oh yeah.
Make Emperor Palpatine look like Mr. Dress-Up. Oh no, it wouldn't be that bad. Look, I do great things for Alberta.
Yes, absolutely.
I do wonderful things for Alberta. It's just the rest of the world wouldn't be very happy with me. The United States would love me.
They would.
The United States would love me. Because unless they had a Democrat in office, they'd probably hate me. But as long as the Republicans stick around, oh, they'd love me. They'd be the only country that wants to work with me. Grace, question before separating, do you have to have all of this type of government stuff figured out? Like what government looks like, runs, etc.
All of that is going to be voted on after the fact.
You have a constitutional convention after the separation vote hits. However, Keith Wilson is releasing his white paper at the end of this month, and it's going to highlight a lot of what it could look like, the costs, where people's questions get answered on certain things like passports, military costs,
and in which case everything is set in a draft right now until it's all voted upon by the Albertan people, and then it can be put in stone. But right now it's all just kind of
You're damn right draft. He did. You're damn right he did. Got a lot done.
Yep.
Got a lot done. Imagine Derek and Rubio having a meeting. Oh, that'd be a lot of fun. That'd be fun. We'd just laugh and laugh and laugh. You got another reason to leave?
Do you want another
reason to leave? $26 billion sound like a lot of money to you guys?
Oh, just a little bit.
You're in Ukraine and you realize where your taxes are going. Doesn't look like war-torn to me. This is filmed in Ukraine. I understand there's two halves to Ukraine.
Look at how clean
like
those
East and
streets
West
are.
Germany. I don't see rubble anywhere. I don't see people upset or not having a good time. We saw videos of people skiing last year. This is
how many houses does the mayor have? Or
Zelensky?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anybody else upset by this? I'm going to say it again. You would not want me in charge of Alberta. I'm serious. It would sound good at first. It wouldn't end that way. President Trump was talking about the wildfires that are going on. Let's get to that because everybody was talking about that earlier. We're holding Canada responsible for the fact they're not properly maintaining their forests and brush they're in. And the United States is being unnecessarily invaded by filthy, polluted, and unhealthy air, the quality of which is dangerous, totally unacceptable. I call the Prime Minister during the day to find out what they're going to do about it. The cost is incalculable. Canada has refused to engage in basic forest management and debris removal, knowing that such refusal will lead to exactly this result. This is willful negligence and becoming yearly occurrence, costing the United States billions of dollars, which cost of this pollution must of necessity be added to the tariffs Canada is currently paying. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump.
He's not wrong. Look what happened to Jasper.
We all know why this is happening. He says it. He says here it's becoming an annual occurrence.
Absolutely.
Becoming an annual. Okay. You guys don't want me in charge of Alberta. You don't want me in charge of Alberta. I know everybody hates this dipshit.
Ugh.
But do you remember? I'm not going to play the video. But do you remember this? Trudeau promised in 2021 that $450 million would deliver new water bombers to provinces before the next fire season. Under Mark Carney's Liberals, 5 years later, 0 have been built or delivered federally. Canadians facing record wildfires deserve real equipment, not endless delays, excuses, and broken promises.
Absolutely.
Do you think pipelines are going to get built? Do you think data centers are going to get built? Do you think a pipeline to Ontario is going to get built?
Promises. They all seem to be empty. Same thing.
I can't. This is why I say I just can't argue with elbows up forever Canadians anymore when it comes to, oh, you're just talking about propaganda. What the hell about any of this makes you think things are running the way they're supposed to? That it's not by design? Take a look at this. We just showed Ukraine. $26 billion for Ukraine. Word salad for Northern Ontario. Look at this. Look at this. And where's those water bombers? Where are they?
Are they shipping them overseas?
Are they shipping them from Australia on a ship all the way around to Eastern Canada?
Going the long way. It's horrible.
What are we supposed to tell people?
This reminds me of Fort Mac.
Well, it's an annual occurrence.
Absolutely it is.
You remember Mark Carney saying he was going to buy up a bunch of forestry land, a bunch of property? Isn't it a little weird that it all happens where things are burning down?
Well, the land is not used.
Gen Xer was asking the other day about a video where it showed helicopters dumping fire into the woods. Those are controlled burns.
Yes.
Those happen. Those happen for reasons.
That, yes.
That's why they're called controlled burns. However, this is probably somebody who threw a cigarette on the ground.
Oh, easy.
During dry season.
Majority of it
or,
is...
I don't know if you guys know this. There's drones out there. They like Mountain Dew. I'm going to say that. We have to be careful how we say things on the channel. But I'll just hold this up. Drones with
With you?
Do.
Oh.
Oh, he said it. Every year. Every year. And yet Canadians are supposed to say, this is fine. This is fine. We'll stay here. We'll stay here.
Throw it under the rug like everything else.
Toronto Sun posting 70% of Canadians say crushing taxes are destroying the standard of living. Are you just noticing this? Are you serious? You're one of the most expensive cities in the world, and you're just noticing this? Wow. This is where I say I don't want these people voting in our elections. They're too stupid to vote. Why is this okay? Oh, a new report says that 70% of Canadians say crushing taxes are destroying the standard of living. Coming out of the Toronto Sun. That's rich. That's rich. A liberal subsidized paper telling everybody how, oh, we're just noticing.
It's just happened this year.
Taxes are crushing us, everybody. Not the gas prices, not your food, not
anything else that goes along with that.
You guys don't want me in charge of Alberta. Oh.
That's going to be your new slogan, isn't it?
Commercials to the worthy. Thank you for the $2 super. I was watched. Thank you for the other $2 super. Sean, Liberals have literally let Canada burn and refused others to come and help.
Absolutely.
They promised water bombers.
Yep.
Never got them.
Still waiting.
Never got them.
Promises.
This is fine. And while all that's happening, folks, while all of that is happening, Gary Busey was with Mark Carney and his entourage and spent $160,000 on one in-flight catering meal during a single trip. Carney spent more money on airplane food during one trip than the average family spends on groceries in a decade. You had enough of this yet?
Wow.
Have you had enough of this yet?
Like in 1 year, he has spent more than Trudeau did in the whole 10 year he was in.
The next time a forever Canadian comes up to you and says, I want to remain in Canada, ask them why they believe it's okay for Mark Carney to bill Canadian taxpayers $160,000 for one meal on an airplane trip. $160,000.
Wouldn't you love to know what luxury butter tastes like?
In some places in the country, in the far eastern provinces, you could buy a condominium for that much. Well,
or
I see
a Chinese EV
vehicle. I see it. How is it? You could buy a Chinese EV, actually, a fully loaded Chinese EV for the same price. How is this even possible?
Yes.
Because if you guys know how businesses work and taxes work and corporations work.
They say it costs this much just so they can pocket it.
They can pocket it. That's all that's happening. That's what's happening. Yeah, they say it was for 68 people.
So divide 68 by 160 and tell me how much that per person that is.
When I first talked with my accountant, they told me, look, if you go to an event, say you're out with the business and you go to a hockey game, right? You can go to an ATM and take out $500 out of the business account, and you can expense that as entertainment money. Entertainment.
Okay, so $2,500 per person.
That's $2,500 per person. Yep. So I go to a hockey game on the business. I can take $500 out of an ATM and say that's entertainment cash for things like beer, food, whatever I want to buy at the game. And I get to write that off on my taxes. The majority of people who do those things will go to the ATM and take out $500 and they'll spend $30. And they'll pocket the other $470 because they don't have to pay tax on it. What do you think's happening in these airlines where they're billing $160,000 on a single flight?
Absolutely.
That's why I keep saying that if you ever want to know what the government's doing, look at your own tax laws.
Is that really what his wife looks like?
Yeah, it's hideous. That thing he's married to is disgusting. I don't know what the hell that is. Gives me the
I know nobody else is looking what I'm looking at, but wow.
Nightmare fuel. Here's the thing. Look at your own tax laws and look at what corporations and businesses are able to write off. Because what you have to realize about tax law, folks, this is why the Canadian Taxpayer Federation exists. Those taxes were put into place for the government, for their benefit.
Yes.
We as corporations get to reap those benefits because we get the same rules that they do.
But they were written for them.
But they were written for them.
Yep.
So if you ever want to understand why does it cost $160,000 for meals, start looking at what are they actually doing with that money? How did the tax laws work? How do the claims work? How do what do they call expense reports?
Yep.
How do expense reports get written up? 160,000 female flight entertainment. If I was married to that, yeah, I'd have to get flight entertainment. Yep.
Oh, I would love flight entertainment. Some pole dancers.
I'd rather pull my pud with a cheese grater. Oh.
I was talking about her. That.
I don't want to be mean, but what the hell? What even is that?
She has lived a life.
I don't know
obviously.
what sewer that crawled out of, but my God. Look at Brian in with a $100 super chat. Thank you so much. Put a message in there next time. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You guys are being very generous tonight. I appreciate it. We certainly never asked for that, but it does help with the way the month has gone. Let's get into the coup de grace.
Is this where the rant is coming? Do I need to prepare myself?
I had a nice little post today. Nice friendly little post. Breaking guys, breaking news. We didn't talk about this because I'm not allowed to do this on a regular video. New emergency resolution passed today regarding Alberta separation. The annual General Assembly of the Assembly of First Nations, or the AFN, has passed a landmark resolution to protect treaty rights from threats posed by a separatist movement in Alberta. Here's the emergency resolution.
Wow.
Now, I'm not going to go through the resolution. Because it is just word salad. It's bullshit. I said someone should tell the First Nations corrupt chiefs no one gives a shit. And they don't get a veto by using blood guilt to have a tantrum. Do you know what they did to my friend Jeff? Jeff Rath is going through...
He's had a very hard year.
Very hard year. My sympathies to Jeff's family and Jeff. My friend Jeff had his assets frozen.
Mm-hmm.
And what people don't realize, what the media isn't talking about, is that this court case that is ongoing with First Nations has been going on for a couple of years. This isn't something that just popped up. They didn't just wake up one day and say, we're going to freeze Jeff's assets. But they froze his assets because they're looking for paperwork on some things. They're trying to move things through. And other social media influencers want to hit the waves and say, tarnish this man, tar and feather him, get him out of the movement. He's terrible. He's a piece of crap.
Look bad.
He's terrible. Look at him taking advantage of First Nations people. Whatever else was said, I didn't even listen to the video because it just put such a bad taste in my mouth that the man literally just buried his wife and he's being dragged across hot coals. All because he's a part of the separatist movement and the media is frothing at the mouth to make him look like the bad guy. This is all standard legal procedure. Should we go over what Jeff actually said? Because Jeff did release a statement. So just for context, let's go through it before we get into what I have to say. The present litigation arises from a fee dispute with a client who negotiated a reduced 20% rate on a contingent fee agreement. Following a very successful outcome, the chief and council then proceeded to litigate for years on the basis that the contract they agreed to by band council resolution was unreasonable. Does that sound familiar to anybody? You've got First Nations chiefs right now arguing in Alberta that they shouldn't have to give up the resources that they gave away in 1930, despite none of them being alive when that was done, because it was signed under duress. The resource transfer agreement was signed under duress. We didn't know what we were signing. We shouldn't have to give up those resources.
How do they know they didn't know that what they were signing?
Here's what we got. Chief and council pursued this litigation and have the 20% fee paid to themselves.
Wow.
Upon review of the fee agreement and the circumstances of the execution of the review officer, being the judicial expert on fees and fee agreements, found, and as a matter of fact and law, that his agreement was reasonable. They appealed this decision. Justice Lee of the Court of Queen's Bench found that a lawyer who took on the risk of what could potentially turn into a 10-year piece of litigation should be paid on the same basis as a realtor. The same judge made a number of other erroneous findings, including that a lawyer who has won more treaty, Aboriginal, and constitutional rights cases than any lawyer in Alberta, including cases at senior appellate courts of Canada and the Supreme Court, was not qualified to engage in the practice of treaty and Aboriginal rights law. The agreed 20% fee was reduced to 5% on the basis of these findings, which were confirmed to amount to a series of serious judicial errors by a unanimous Court of Appeal. Justice Wakeling of the Court of Appeal would have overturned Justice Lee's decision in the court below, commenting on the numerous errors and a reasoning of the demonstrable fact of Mr. Rath's expertise and acumen in his area of practice, referring to the over 320 reported cases brought forward by Mr. Rath over his career. Justice Wakeling found that the fee agreement was, quote, reasonable. So this is a back and forth dispute. So while certain people are going to go online and say that Jeff Rath should be persona non grata, they don't even know what they're talking about. They should get their facts before they go on and smear one of the head leaders that got us to where we are. This guy sacrificed his final days with his wife, driving around our province to do town halls, to collect signatures, to support people, to support this province.
And
he gets smeared because he got into a dick measuring contest on X.
Because of a bunch of Indian givers?
Justice Franz Slater and Kevin Feehan agreed that Justice Lee had erred repeatedly in the fact that the law, without remitting the case to the court below of a rehearing, simply replaced Justice Lee's decision with their own. They effectively ruled that after a fact, rewriting of the terms of the negotiated agreement from 20 to 5% was reasonable. At no point in this litigation did any court, including the Court of Appeal, ever rewrite the terms of the settlement trust approved by 94% of Tall Cree members voting on it. The trust required 20% of the settlement funds to be paid as legal fees as a first charge. This was agreed to after the fact, with the full disclosure of the fee by 94% of the members who voted. The payment of the fee to Chief and Counsel was rejected by both Justice Lee and the Court of Appeal following successful action funded by the trust. Chief and Counsel now claim the costs of defeating their claim on the funds is a misappropriation of the trust funds. This is why Jeff's assets were frozen. Because First Nation chiefs just put their hands up in the air and say, oh, blood guilt. We're not white. And the courts go, oh, we don't want to be racist.
Should we look into their funds?
We don't want to be racist. I was getting there. Audit these guys. Let's look into their money, shall we? What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Mm-hmm.
The settlement trust expressly provided the legal expenses, settlement and administrative fees and expenses Jeff Rath maintains was done in accordance with the terms of the trust. The present orders arose from a series of applications where adjournments were requested due to the unavailability of counsel or time to prepare a proper response, and where Mr. Rath was unable to fully participate due to extremely trying personal, family, and health circumstances. So again, while he's attacked online by media, by YouTubers, by everybody else saying he's a piece of shit because he dared to take time to sit with his dying spouse who was misdiagnosed.
How dare you?
And they're going to sit there online and they're going to call these people out and they're going to smear Jeff and drag him over hot coals when, again, we wouldn't be getting this vote on October 19th without his determination,
when in reality,
his sacrifice.
They found an opportunity and they took it.
Well, because that's what they want to do. That's all they're. I'm not gonna keep getting it because people know who I'm talking about here. Mr. Rath, for these valid reasons, was unable to fully participate in instruction of legal counsel or the provision of evidence other than to request through counsel adjournments, where his counsel were forced to argue against relief sought with limited input or instructions from Mr. Rath. So again, he was dealing with the loss of his wife and asked for some time. And the court said, nope, First Nations, we're suspending your assets. And the media had a frickin' field day with this. Head of the separatist movement has his assets frozen for abusing First Nations.
They just want him to get a bad name. They want this to put a stop to things.
This is where I said in my video earlier this week before Jeff made this statement, I know Jeff Rath, and I don't believe that Jeff Rath would steal
absolutely
or move money around illegally. The guy's worth a lot of money. He's had a very successful litigation
He's a lawyer.
career.
He also knows the law. Like, he's not a stupid man.
I said, whatever's going on, there has to be a perfectly good explanation, and I will wait for the courts before reserving judgment on what Jeff is doing. And of course, there were videos everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Calling for Jeff Rath to be persona non grata.
But all they're trying to do is put a taint.
And I'm sure the people in this chat know exactly who I'm talking about that were smearing him online.
All they're trying to do is put a taint in the whole separation movement.
And I'm going to say it, and I don't care if people in this movement that I talk to, that I consider friends, get mad at me for saying it. Shame on them. Shame on them for doing that to Jeff when he's most vulnerable.
Absolutely. They obviously don't know them very well.
So childish and stupid. I've done some pretty stupid shit over the 4 years I've been on YouTube, but that takes the cake for me. That takes the cake for me. You don't come on the internet and talk about somebody like that. You don't blast my friends. When you've got nothing, no proof, no evidence, just your own bias because you're pissed off at them. Unbelievable. And I'm telling you, I've been stewing with this all week. Because when I go to this telethon tomorrow, I talk to people who talk to other people that are on YouTube. I talk to people and I try to get along with people in all of these circles. I try to be a nice guy. I know I'm seen as the resident asshole amongst every other YouTuber. But here's the thing. You don't rush to be the first. Do you guys remember when, who was the guy from Training Day? Who am I thinking?
Denzel Washington?
Denzel came out and said, you're always in a race to be first. Why don't you race to be accurate?
Yes, absolutely.
But because of an internet beef, people go online and say, hey, look at this guy. Look at what's going on here. Look at what he did. Look at his assets getting frozen. This guy should be kicked out of what's going on. He should just be removed from the whole movement. He's going to destroy this movement. No proof, no basis, no facts.
That's how we got here in the first place.
No anything, just a mainstream media articles. This person used mainstream media to attack Jeff Rath. Get the hell out of here. That's rookie shit. The most watched Alberta channel. If that's the most Alberta watched channel, what a hack. What a frickin' hack. Freaking goof. Over the course of his career, Jeff Rath has created billions of dollars in wealth and economic opportunities for the communities that he served. Thank you to all my friends and fellow Albertans who have expressed their support. This matter remains in active litigation. Every allegation of impropriety is disputed. There will be no further comment at this time.
Well said.
I've said, no, he's not garbage. The man just lost his wife.
No, he's not talking about Jeff.
Oh, not talking about Jeff. Okay.
We're good.
Sorry. I'm a little heated. I don't know if you can tell.
They're heated with you. You're good.
You guys will remember that when the whole remove Danielle thing was going on and everything else, I had some choice words about Jeff Rath, but I still said on this stream, I still consider him a friend.
Absolutely.
I still respect him. I'm going to agree to disagree with Jeff's stance.
Not everybody, you're not going to agree with 100% of what everybody says.
What people don't realize is that as soon as that stream ended, I got on the horn with Jeff and said, what the hell are we doing here? You know, there was a day Jeff Rath called me because I was talking on stream, and he screamed. This dude, he gave it to me.
He can get angry.
If you want a problem with me, he says, you're going to have a real problem with me. And I said, Jeff, that's not what I meant. And as soon as I explained it, hey, you know what, Derek, I'm sorry. I probably went a little too far. That's the relationship Jeff and I have, and I love him for it.
Yeah.
I love him for it. I respect the shit out of that man. I'm telling you right now, if my wife was diagnosed with a terminal illness and I was running the independence movement, I don't know if I could be driving all over the province, doing town halls, talking to strangers, trying to spit facts, trying to stay focused, trying to get those signatures amassed.
Amazing thing with what he was going through.
While knowing my entire universe is collapsing around me. And some hack takes a cheap shot at him because he's vulnerable.
That makes him look good.
There should be no place in this business for that kind of behavior. None.
I don't think you should speak unless you have the facts. Period. That's the whole point of what we do.
I've made some whoppers, folks. I've done some bad shit.
But you've instantly come back.
I've always come. Do you guys remember? People who have been on this channel for a long time will remember there was a video that leaked of allegedly, and it wasn't even close. Now that I look back at it, I was new to YouTube. It was Justin Trudeau's supposed daughter
had a
drunk in a McDonald's screaming, "Justin Trudeau's my dad."
And
of
Derek
course,
came right out.
I rushed out to report it. I rushed out because people were forwarding to me, look, it's Trudeau's daughter.
You were also the first to apologize for having the wrong information as well.
I also came out and said I made a big mistake.
But it was sent to you, told as this is blah, blah, blah. It wasn't something you just found.
But it was new in my days. I didn't check my facts. I didn't go and say, is that Trudeau's daughter? I just said, holy crap, nobody's talking about this. Pwah, let's rush it out. Let's get it out there.
But you also learned from that and never did it again.
I've made mistakes.
Everybody does. Nobody's perfect.
But to take a cheap shot at somebody like that, just cuz, fuck out of here. I
using clicks.
So disrespectful. And you know what? If it upsets the relationships I have with some of my peers because they're friends with this individual, I'm sorry, not sorry. That sounds like an issue, not an me. If you don't want to talk to me again because I have that viewpoint, I'd have the same viewpoint if that was happening.
About you than it does us.
I would have that viewpoint if it was happening to you too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Berta Proud Dad got attacked by somebody wishing that they were Charlie Kirk. And I put out a statement on X and I said the independence movement stands behind Berta Proud Dad because nobody should be talked to like that. And somebody came out and said, oh, the guy grifts this and that. I said, I don't care what your opinion is of him. No family deserves to be treated like that.
No.
So I've defended other people too.
You're usually the first to defend
But this was below the belt.
Oh, absolutely.
Way below the belt. And I am telling you right now, I am requesting that person make an apology. A public apology. On video. Not a text, not a tweet, not a rant video, an apology. Do better. Hold on. I accidentally hit the back button.
He just closed the stream.
I accidentally hit the back button. I left the studio.
In all of his anger, he left.
I so angry. I'm so sorry, guys. No, I don't want to smear people in the chat.
Absolutely
I don't want to make this a drama fest. I'm angry because Jeff didn't deserve that. And like I said, if it happened to any of the other people who are friends with this individual, I'd be defending them too. Nobody ever defends the Fringe when this shit happens, by the way. Nobody ever comes out and says, you know, the Fringe is right.
I'll defend you.
The Fringe doesn't deserve to be treated the way he does. Everybody piles on and nobody freaking defends me ever. Ever.
It's okay. I love you.
If they stand beside you, respect them. If they stand behind you, defend them. If they stand against you, give them hell. Show no mercy.
Now, dramatic exit. We have some super chats.
I got some supers I got to get out of the way. And then we're going to continue on with what this First Nations shit is. Humble Hungarian with $5. Being a part of this country is like banging your head against a wall for the sole reason when you stop, it feels better. I agree. Isn't it so awesome that they're looking out for us so much? Yep.
Yeah.
Alberta Pin, $10. Jeff is the GOAT. He opened the gate like a true sapper for the rest of us to rush the line. James' TPA was declined. Check out your DMs. Also, fascist pancakes come with bigot syrup. I love Alberta Pin.
I love that.
We'll be showcasing their jerseys again tomorrow night. I can't wait to bring those in.
And by we, you and Mike.
Mike and I. Mrs. Fringe has one on the way. Special edition. Yeah, James's TPA was declined because they didn't like the name of it. James over at Alberta Pin.
That's too bad.
Hopefully they can get a different name for that TPA and get it moving. I'm very sorry to hear that. I did see my DMs on that. Mad Max, $50 super sticker. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Don't get busted by construction nymph.
Yeah.
Justin Lucas.
I think he's posting every time he gets a commercial.
Mark Carney, wildfire, my state, Virginia.
Yeah.
Americans should be really mad about that.
Absolutely.
Americans should be mad about that. And Trump absolutely should punish them with tariffs. I agree. You
gotta stop showing that picture.
Let's get back to this First Nations thing. You guys think I was mad? We haven't even got there yet. Haven't even got there. So, the First Nations want to come in. Yeah, Nilak, I appreciate the $2 super. I don't want to bring in drama. I don't want to pick people apart. Like I said, I didn't name names. I know everybody knows who I'm talking about. And I don't like jumping in on this drama. I really don't. I really don't. Because I have colleagues who call me after and they're like, could you just shut up about it? Could you please not talk about it?
Nobody cares about your drama.
Could you please not bring drama into these things? But I'm defending my friend. I'm defending Jeff. God, I feel terrible for him. Him and his daughter. I can't talk about it. I'll break down. I lost my mom to the same disease. I'll lose it. I'll lose it if I talk about it. And that's why I get so mad. Teenage girl lost her mother. Internet pundits want to take cheap jabs. Because, he offended me. He's been fighting. He called me Pride Dad. Give me a break. I was told he didn't go to the whistle stop on Canada Day because I said Danielle Smith's interview was softballed. You got to have some thick skin to be on this platform, dude.
I'm sure he's.
You got to learn to take some criticism. So, First Nations. We know, I'll take it off the screen because we know we're talking about First Nations. They're going to sit there and say, when it comes to Treaty 6, 7, and 8, we're going to try to stop independence. You don't get a veto. You don't own the land in Alberta. There's no ownership.
More than paid for it.
There's no ownership. You don't get a veto. Everybody gets one vote. And you can't sit there wearing your feathers and playing dress up whenever it's convenient and coming out and telling people you don't have a say, you're not allowed to leave, you're not allowed to vote, you're not allowed, we're going to control your oil, we're going to control your resources, we're going to control your land, we're going to control your homes, we're going to control everything you do. We're going to put a footnote in everything. We're going to stand on rail tracks and stop things from coming through. We're going to basically make your life a living hell. And then when the news interviews us, we're going to sit there and smirk and smile like a bunch of smart asses because we literally just bent you over and took all your money. Do you understand that Chief Joe Sunshine was looking in Toronto at mansions? He doesn't even live on his reserve.
Or in Alberta.
But he takes Tide Foundation money.
He was looking for a mansion outside of
Alberta. And he's telling Alberta they can't leave. He doesn't even want to live here. He doesn't even want to live here.
So what does it matter? His people probably want to leave.
They don't have clean drinking water, but they have millions of dollars in their chief's accounts. Tell me how that's possible. Tell me how that's possible. And you're going to tell their people you don't have a say when it comes to a vote either. You're supposed to just take the same shit you are from your chiefs. Don't people understand the First Nations are dealing with the same things we are?
Yeah.
We're dealing with an authoritarian government that's going to come in and tell us, oh, you can't vote to leave. You shouldn't want to get off the hamster wheel. You should want to be here in perpetuity and keep paying your taxes. You should open up your MOUs. You should allow us to build pipelines in 15 years that just suck all the money out of your pockets anyways. It's the same thing with the First Nations people. Your chiefs get all the money. You live in squalor. You get nothing. No clean drinking water. No place to live. You live in a standoff shed. We're going to give you substances and drugs and alcohol. We're going to let you abuse your people because we don't want you to get off that crutch. We don't ever want you to have any success. The best thing that could happen to First Nations is for Alberta to leave and for them to renegotiate the terms. Don't they want to get rid of the Indian Act?
Yeah.
Isn't that a little racist?
Leave him alone.
Don't they want to retool that and get themselves a better deal? Of course they do.
Yeah, but the people don't have the rights that
and
we
what
do.
pisses me off every time you see one of these fart-huffing, virtue-signaling, forever Canadian morons is they run around like, well, it's ceded land. Don't forget it's ceded land. It's all their land. You can't do it. Why are you defending corrupt chiefs taking all the money and giving nothing to their people? If you care so much about First Nations, why are you against their people having any form of prosperity? Why do you like communism so much? Why are you such a turd? They're like that nugget that you flush and it just comes back. You just want it gone. Treaties are obligations, not ownership. Keith Wilson has talked about this so many times. So many times. Everybody gets one vote. First Nations get one vote. We get one vote. Everybody gets a vote. The Chiefs can't stop it. They can't veto it. They're not Quebec. They don't get to come in and say, oh, we don't like this, so it's going to stop. They don't get to, nay. October 19th is coming, whether they like it or not. There's nothing they can do about it. And I'll tell you another thing. If the vote goes through, and if they want to stand on train tracks, or if they want to stand in front of the legislature with unions, and not head Nenshi and play dress up and come out and tell us that we're wrong and we're fascists and we have pancakes and we're racist and we're all these terrible things. I say it's time we grab our flags and we go down there en masse.
Yeah.
En masse. And you get in front of those chiefs and you say it to my face. Say it to my face and find out what happens. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Okay? We tried to be nice. We tried to live in peace. We tried to step back and say, we don't want to interfere. We don't want to intervene, but you pushed it too far. Just like the lockdowns, just like your authoritarian government, just like everything else, your parachuting by-election processes, you pushed too far. And now we're done. We're over the line. Like the title says, folks, Mark Carney lit the fuse a long time ago. And I don't know about you, but I'm ready to explode. I will play by the rules for as long as possible. I will sit back and say, let's do this lawfully, let's do this legally. But as soon as they think that they can just take control of a situation and show up and start telling the world how to think, how to feel, how to act, the time has to come where Albertans, real, true, patriotic Albertans, even those outside of the province that agree with what Alberta's doing, form en masse and overshadow these corrupt, money-grubbing chiefs and the union heads and all the purple-haired, green-haired land whales and get on top of them and say, what are you going to do now? We outnumber you 5-1. We're here. We're out in the open. We're not hiding behind our computers like you do. The little Antifa guys come out and their faces covered in their black getup. Knock them out. Push back. They kick you, punch them back. Watch them cry like the little bitches they are, and they'll go home to their safe space. They think they're so tough. They don't know anything about anything. I'm not condoning violence, but at some point in time, folks, people need to group together and get out there and show our numbers are bigger. And we're done with this, and we're not putting up with it anymore. I've had enough of the blood guilt.
Oh, yeah.
And if we don't do something about the First Nations now, it's only going to get worse. It's going to turn into BC.
Oh, I'm not allowing that.
It's going to turn into BC where they show up and go, "You're on my land. Come and get it. Come and get it." I am so sick and tired of being told I'm a colonist. I'm cis white male. I'm a separatist. I'm committing treason. I should be strung up from the gallows. Take your forever Canadian and go shove it up your ass forever. In and out, no lube, splinters. Get out of Alberta. Get the hell out of here. Take your shit and leave. Don't tell me to move to America. If you don't like Alberta, if it offends you that I want a republic, if it offends you that I want democracy, if it offends you that I don't want to live in a communist regime, that I want to live in a republic where we have accountability, where we can vote on our new laws, where we can ensure that our politicians aren't allowed to screw with us anymore, if that's too much for you, pack your shit and go. Get out. You're not wanted here. Good day, sir. You lose. This isn't about politics. It's not about liberals. It's not about NDP. It's not about conservatives.
Oh.
This is about right and wrong. This is about poverty or enrichment. And a lot of people got to start thinking about that on the middle ground, or those who are against it to begin with. If somebody tells you, "I love what that person did yelling at Premier Danielle Smith," oh, so you're retarded. How do you condone that kind of behavior?
Did they even fully know what they were yelling about? Like, they were yelling about 6 different things.
When somebody tells you, "I'm just not ready to leave Canada yet," well, you should be ready to leave Alberta then, because you don't have any common sense. You shouldn't be allowed to vote if that's the case. And it's not because you don't share my values. If you're too stupid to look around and understand what the hell's actually going on, you should pack up and go.
Yep.
Go hide in a hole somewhere where nobody can be affected by your stupidity. Seriously. Again, you don't want me in charge of Alberta. I'd get like a snowplow. I'd get a snowplow. And when all those union guys show up in front of that legislature, oh boy, coming through.
That would be so bad.
Coming through. Well, you're not positive enough, Fringe. Oh, I will be when Alberta's free. That's what people don't realize. We're talking about the future of our next generations. We're talking about prosperity. We're talking about a failed experiment in a system where some silver-haired prick flies around the world billing $160,000 for a single meal on food.
$2,500 a person.
You think of that like a business, like a corporation. Would you have a job if you did that at your job?
Oh, no.
If you build out that kind, if you were living in a lap of luxury.
Even if you were to bill a $2,500 a person lunch, like what? I have never. And I've done expenses for big, important people.
All the trolls that come in here and say, "Oh, God, you and your seppies, you need..." Go soak your head. Seriously, go get your head straight. Or go to Russia or somewhere where you like your communism. Go to China. Okay? Not even the United States. Go to China.
China.
Go live somewhere where you can understand what communism really is.
Yeah.
I seen a video the other week of 2 guys in Calgary waving red flags at a table promoting communism. And somebody said, "What is it about communism you like?" They couldn't even answer the question.
No.
They don't even know what they're cheering for. Retarded 25-something-year-old kids. You know why? Because they've never held a job.
Brainwashed.
No, they've never held a job.
No.
They've never had to fend for themselves. They've never been told to go out and earn a living. And when you're 18, you're out the door.
They don't know the struggle.
Their parents give them their little safe space. They let them live at home until they're 40. They tell them that it's okay. It's not their fault that they can't afford anything. They pat them on the bum and tell them everything's going to be okay. These people have never had to hold down a real job or any kind of real responsibility. They probably don't even know how to use like a ratchet set or hammer a nail into a wall. And I'm not even joking. I'm being serious. Like these people probably don't even know how to do basic repairs or functions.
Measure anything.
If their computer breaks, they go to Geek Squad. They don't know how to fix it. Those people should not be allowed to vote. If you're that stupid, you should not be allowed to vote. I'm sorry. You should have to pass basic intelligence to vote. I don't want you voting who's in charge of my country if you're too stupid to function. If you can't hold a job, you shouldn't be allowed to vote. You shouldn't have a say. Why should stupid people be allowed to determine who runs the country? Who puts through our policies? And a guy like Pierre Poilievre wants to come to Calgary and say, all you need is a big hug. Please don't leave. Please stick around. I had a post that went pretty viral. I shared Keith Wilson's video talking about how Mayor Farkas didn't do his homework. He was talking about the businesses that are going to leave Alberta because of separatism. And I said, you mean to tell me that the politicians that lose their gravy train if Alberta leaves Canada are lying to Albertans and spreading fear to get them to remain in Canada? Why would anyone trust a politician at this point? They're just telling you what they have to tell you because they want you to buy into their bullshit. Mm-hmm. They want you to stay on that hamster wheel because if Alberta leaves, Pierre loses his job, Mark Carney loses his job, the money that they get to spend goes out the window, Mayor Farkas, Mark Fartgas loses his job, Knack loses his job, Smith loses her job, Nenshi loses his job. They all lose their jobs.
Yeah, they kind of like being paid.
I see all these wacky blue-haired land whales running around saying, I hate Danielle Smith. Then vote for independence. The UCP are gone.
Yeah.
Danielle Smith is gone if you vote for independence. They're gone.
Win-win.
You get your hospitals, you get your child care, you get your schools, you get everything else you wanted. Everything you're screaming about, teachers' rights, all of that. You get all of that. So vote for independence. Nope, I'm too stupid. I'm not going to do that. Okay, then get out of Alberta. Go. I'll go start the snowplow. Shovel you right out to BC. I'm so sick of freeloaders and retards. I just can't anymore. I can't anymore. I don't have it in me. Steve Jensen, $5 super. One band has 140 million in their houses and are run down and moldy, crap drinking water and gangs, but the chief won't do anything.
Yeah.
Why would he? Why would he?
Doesn't benefit him if he does.
Doesn't affect him. He doesn't even live on the reserve.
Yeah.
The majority of these chiefs don't even live on their reserves. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for being a member for a month. Sean with $1. Thank you, Sean. $7 super from Schwartz. I'm born Albertan. What am I? Why do I feel like I'm the bad guy?
Exactly.
Shouldn't have to.
I was born here. I didn't do anything. I didn't take nothing. I shouldn't be paying for it.
Trump posted again on Truth Social about Canada and Ford. I'll look that up for the video we're going to cover. I'm not going to run the stream any later doing that stuff. Justin Lucas, $2 super North Korea. Send them to North Korea. Yeah. Mr. Biggs, $5 super. Love the rant. And yes, I would do the same things as you if I was in charge of Alberta, maybe in a bit more extreme. I doubt it. Keep in mind
right now.
Keep in mind, I am a nice guy. I can be a nice guy, but
you can be pretty vicious too.
I would be ruthless,
Yeah.
and I can't say all the things I would do while we're sitting here. If we're ever face to face and I'm not on a microphone,
it's not polite. For
well, actually, our phones are listening to us now, so I probably couldn't even say that.
Everything is listening.
Look, you don't want me in charge of Alberta. That's all I can say. Mike Youth, $5. My 13 and 15-year-old are more responsible and sensible. They already have it figured out. I'm glad to hear. My 28-year-old daughter getting married.
Yes.
Told me last week, I'll never own a house unless I inherit one.
Yeah.
How frickin' sad is that? And she told me that she can't have kids because she can't afford them. Can't afford them. She doesn't want to live in some shithole with kids.
And how many people in that age demographic think that way?
I don't want to live in a country anymore where people have to decide if they're going to pay their bills or put clothes or food on their kids' tables or on their backs.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm done with it. I'm sorry. If my prime minister is allowed to jet set around the world and eat braised beef
and luxury
and
butter,
death by chocolate, then my kids shouldn't have to suffer. Now, if this country was thriving and we had money out the yin yang and Alberta was the next Dubai and we had oil revenues flowing through the country, writing off our deficit, please enjoy yourself. You've earned it. You've earned it. I don't think $160,000 on one flight, but
not when the next 200 generations are going to be freaking paying off the tax that he's.
And I know people get mad when I mention PP, but if you're going to come to Alberta and tell me I live in a 19-room mansion,
just give them a hug
that I don't have to pay for, but you should stay and put up with the system that keeps you grounded, that stops you from getting your kids a better future.
Pays for his 19-room mansion.
Yeah, sorry. I'm not buying your bullshit.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry. Think about that for a minute. And think about it like you're in a job, because most of you have one. You go into your office one day and you say, look, I'd like to get a raise because the cost of living is too expensive. And your boss says, you know, we just can't afford to be giving out raises right now. It's not a good time. And then you leave and find out less than 24 hours later, they make an announcement. All the bosses just got a massive $50,000 bonus. How would you feel as an employee? Would you feel you're getting a good deal at your job? Do you feel you're being treated fairly? Do you say, why do I stay here and work so hard and burn the midnight oil and put in extra time for projects? And whenever they ask me to come in, I come in. I don't take sick days. I haven't taken vacation. I don't even get time with my family because, well, quite frankly, I can't afford to take time off. And I asked for 10%, couldn't get it. They all just got $50,000 raises. Would you still want to work for that company? Or would you look for another job?
Been there, done that.
Yeah, like Canada Post. But if they said it's not the right time for raises, we just can't do it right now. Tough times. And they all got bonuses. Pretty sure you'd go looking for a new job. That's what Alberta's doing right now.
Yeah.
I said it in the other stream as a joke on Wednesday. My back is sore from carrying this bloody country. I'm serious. Yeah. I'm done. I'm done paying for the East to sit there and point fingers at me and call me every name under the sun because I don't want to pay for their shit anymore. I'm sick and tired of people coming here from third world shitholes and telling me that I'm supposed to pay for their welfare. And that my kids, when they want to play hockey or soccer or they want to do something extracurricular or they say, hey, can we go on a vacation this year? I have to tell them, no, we can't afford it. We can't afford it because Mark Carney just billed $160,000 so him and his friends could eat death by chocolate on a flight.
Didn't work.
How is that fair? How do any of these fat, sweaty, bureaucratic pigs in a suit come to Alberta and tell you you shouldn't vote to send Ottawa a message? You should vote to stay on that machine. You should vote to stay in that system. They don't even know what it's like to live your life. They don't have a basic understanding of it. Just like I say, retards shouldn't be allowed to vote. The same thing should be this put with the politicians. They shouldn't be allowed to come here and tell you they get it, or they sympathize, or they hear what you're saying. They resonate with you. None of it. It's all lies. They've never struggled a day in their life. If they even had to live a fraction of what your life is, they'd crumble so quick.
I mean, to even live a month on our regular paycheck, they wouldn't be able to do it.
I'm so sick and tired of it. Whining maggots. Don't end the gravy train, please. I like my millions of dollars. I can't have you having a free and fair life. That would be a travesty because I couldn't get my braised beef and my luxury butter.
Oh, to imagine to be able to afford beef.
I'm a Hungarian. I was at Callaway Park wearing my I Support Independence t-shirt. No negative comments. Only people wanting to shake my hand. We will get this done. We will get Alberta free. Stay strong.
I love that so
I hope
much.
so, because when I went to the Stampede, all I saw was woke nonsense.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
I'm so glad to hear that at Callaway.
I love that so much.
Because I'll tell you, anytime I've gone to Callaway, I'm usually the only white person there. David Warner with a $5 super. The other day I heard that a construction company was hiring. They got 1,500 resumes and only 209 were Canadian citizens.
Working in recruitment, it's amazing how many are actually not Canadian. It's unreal.
Paniner, you say you can't be the president of Alberta because you don't know how, but look at Nenshit.
Oh.
He's trying to climb his way to the top. You'd be an incredible leader.
Absolutely.
I don't want it. I don't want it. You don't want me to do it. I'm telling you. I would make, you'd be happy at first, but I would be pretty vengeful. I'd be pretty ruthless.
I think it would be a good thing. You do it well. You would know what needs to be done.
I'll tell you what, you see the fascist pancakes thing? They wouldn't even get to the point of, as soon as they said, what do you think of my shirt? I'd just say, tase them. That would be the end of it.
Get them out of here.
Tase them. No, I'd want them to tase them so they could squirm on the ground and paint, giggle, and laugh.
Yeah, but you can't do that for no reason.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
I would.
You can't just make your own laws.
I said it before. You wouldn't want me in charge.
You still have to go by the book.
I would rewrite the book. I am inevitable.
Don't vote for Derek.
I would want to see those people squirming. And then I would say, now, are you going to do that again? Next year, are you going to come here and say those things to me? Are you going to talk like that again to your elders? Are you going to disrespect those in front of you? Or are you going to get your shit together and realize you don't know what the hell you're talking about? That's what I would do. Sean with a $2, President Fringe and First Lady Mrs. Fringe. Sounds good. Still don't want it. Communism requires capitalism to pay for it. We already have it in to a degree. Commies are low IQ bottom feeders who are just mad they don't get more. They just want a welfare state.
Yep, absolutely. Have nothing and be happy about it.
Yeah, they need manners. You know what they need? They need somebody to slap them around and say, you're an ungrateful little sack and you need to get your shit together. Welcome to reality. They've never had a dose of reality.
No. Come back to the real world.
You know, I went to my father when I was 16 and I said, you know, Dad, you just moved us to Calgary. All my friends at school, their parents bought them cars. Now, they're not big fancy cars, but well,
we went to the same
I'm not going to say names, but you know, the people I hung around with had cars.
But not everybody.
But I said, my friends have cars. I need a car. I'm sick of taking the bus every day. You know, my dad told me, you're free to go get a job.
Yeah.
You're free to go get a job. And I said, this is bullshit. And I walked away. And nobody said, are you okay? Do you need to reflect? Do you want to talk about your feelings a little bit? No, do you know what my mom did? She came upstairs and said, what's your problem? And I said, well, my dad told me to go get a job. And she said, well, good, then get off your ass and go get a job. You're whining about that you need a car.
In high school, you should have been working.
I was an entrepreneur in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I was a genius.
I know.
See, I'll let you in on a little secret, a little fringe history.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen people having jobs, and I always said there has to be an easier way.
I've been working since I was 13.
Now, despite...
Maybe even younger.
Despite...
Babysitting counts.
My height, apparently a lot of facilities thought that I was 18 when I was 15, 16. And old Fringe used to take his allowance.
It's your confidence.
This was back in the 90s.
Yes.
Okay. And the Fringe didn't sell chocolate. It sold something to desperate little boys. Old Fringe would go to the adult boutiques and pick up some corn with his allowance money and bootleg and redistribute at a profit.
That's how he took Miss Fringe out on dates.
A $20 tape that made Fringe over $1,000 in less than a month. And I didn't have to lift so much as a finger, but go to a dollar store and buy some blank VHS tapes because I was an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Work smarter, not harder. I was. Snatch says it. Yeah, I was that guy.
No wonder we brought
There was once or twice when a bunch of idiots stood up at a liquor store and said, here's $300. Can you get us some booze?
Yep.
Sure. And then as I'm walking in, my friend would pull up and say, get in the car. I'll admit, I did it one time. I jumped in. I shouldn't have. I was a teenager. Whatever. It's like 25, 30 years ago. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless.
You sound American. Yes, you do.
Well, hey, maybe I should have been. Look, here's the thing. In life, you got to work smarter, not harder. And that's what Alberta's trying to do right now. We're trying to work smarter, not harder, by telling the government it's time to go.
But Albertans work hard.
Albertans always work hard.
Yes.
They always work hard. Yeah, I know. I put it out there. You guys can hold that over my head. You guys can have a little facts to hold over your heads and have a laugh.
His mom found his
My
box
mom
of-
found the stash when I was about what, 24, 25.
Yeah, she
It
was
was before
clearing
we,
out
just
the
before we got
basement.
married.
Yep, she
I
found
moved out and I left this huge tote full of tapes
Oh,
from
she
my
was
leftover
mad.
empire.
I threw it out. It was disgusting.
She said, how can Tiffany put up with this? I said, Tiffany knew about this in high school. I don't watch that stuff. I just bootlegged it.
I mean, I probably watched more than you did.
And my dad stood there and my dad laughed. My dad had a good chuckle. He said, seriously? And I said, look, yeah, I made $1,000 in a month. And of course, when they're done with the tape, they need more product. So you go get more tapes. It was a steady cash flow. I knew what I was doing. I hustled. Why did I want to go and work for somebody at that time? What was the common wage in 1996?
$5.50.
Like $5.50, $7 an hour was a good job. $7. I remember my friend getting a job at Boston Pizza, $7 an hour. And I didn't want to work for that. So I made $1,000 in a month, just hitting a record button. That was it. And my mom destroyed it all. And I said, why would you do that? I could have sold those tapes to somebody and just got rid of them. No, she got rid of them. What a waste. What a waste. Makes me sad.
Imagine what you could do with it
I'll
all
tell you, I took Mrs. Fringe. We'd been dating for 6 months. I took Mrs. Fringe to the keg.
Yes.
And her brother was like dumbfounded. How do you get the money to go to the keg?
My brother was a hardworking man. He was.
I know. And he didn't have the money to go to the keg.
No, because he was paying my mom's bills. Single mom.
Didn't have the brains of the Fringe.
Dude.
Didn't have the brains of the Fringe. He was very jealous. It was awesome. My dad said the same when I wanted a car, so I got a job, bought a car. Boy, Dad wished he'd bought me a car because mine was very loud. You know, I did the same thing when I bought my first Camaro.
Yes.
I bought my first Camaro when I was 19. I was 19.
And we weren't quite together.
We weren't together at that time. We'd split up. We were still friends. But my dad told me to get a job. I got a job. I ended up getting a job out of high school. A&B Sound. So kind of like HMV for anybody who didn't have an A&B Sound.
No more.
Where they were in the 90s. And a guy there had 2 Camaros. He just bought a new one. And he says, I've got this 88. I love it. I've taken care of it. I want $2,300 for it. And he says, and I'll let you pay it off in installments if you want. Great. So it was like 3 days before Christmas. I showed up in the driveway with this Camaro. And my dad was like, why would you buy a car without talking to me? Because, of course, my dad knew everything. Right? I'm too stupid to buy a car. Takes it for a spin around the block. And he goes, well, this car's really nice. And I'm like, yeah, it is really nice. And he goes, actually, not a bad car at all. And I'm like, so? See? Yeah?
Mrs. Fringe hated it.
He says, don't you expect me to help you with insurance? Your insurance is going to be through the roof.
He had insurance the next day.
I said, I'll figure it out, Dad. And I came home from work the next day. And my mom was standing in this driveway with a license plate with my dad. And she goes, go ahead, say it. And my dad goes, here, I got you a license plate and your insurance is cheaper. And I said, what was that, Dad? And he goes, here's your damn license plate. And he walked inside and that was the end of it. And I got cheap insurance. It was great. So yeah, parents help out in some places. But the reason he told me to go and get a job was because when my friends would put their feet up on the dash, I'd say, get those off of there. Because I knew what it took to earn that vehicle. So when people say, I've had to struggle, I've had to pay my bills, I've had to work my way up, I know what that's about. I understand that. I get that. These politicians who tell you, oh, I know what it's like to work hard and have to save up and get what. No, you don't. You've never had to save for anything. You get big fat paychecks and pensions. You get all these write-offs. You get all these per diems. You're allowed to do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
You've never had to eat macaroni and cheese or pay your utility bill. You don't understand what it means to struggle.
You can't even live off macaroni and cheese anymore. Even Ichiban is $1.
Again, if these people ever had to live a day in my life or a day in Mrs. Fringe's life, they would buckle.
Yes.
They would buckle and crumble so fast and say, how do people do this? In fact, kind of like Undercover Boss. I think they should do that with politicians.
They should.
I think that should be mandatory.
$50. You got to feed a family of 5 for this for a week.
I think that should be mandatory, like wife swap. Like they should have to.
Yes.
They should have to take like 3 weeks to a month.
I'm in.
Of working at a shit job. Once they get office, they have to work in a shit job, and they have to live in a scummy apartment in a bad section of town, and they should have to budget. See, this again. You don't want me in charge. I would do this.
I think it's a great idea.
I would do this for everybody who was in the Republic of Alberta. You guys are going to go live in squalor for a month and see what it's like, and you're going to suffer.
Yeah.
You might even get killed.
Yeah.
But
have fun.
You can't tell constituents that you understand what it's like unless you actually do it. Unless you actually get there. That's how it works, folks. That's how the system works. Buenos dias, El Fringo coming in. El Presidente Fringo coming in. We're going to have lots of margaritas, sexy mamacitas. We're going to get lots of oil flowing out of the province. It's going to be wonderful. We're going to get rid of all those blue and green headland whales. You're going to love it. It's going to be wonderful. Mrs. Fringe is even making cookies in the back. They're great cookies. We're going to hand them out to people that are struggling because we actually understand what it means to struggle. Don't worry. The cookies have more in them than just cookie dough, so you won't freeze in the winter. I'm just joking. Yeah, you guys wouldn't want me on that ladder. I'm telling you, it would be brutal. Release the hounds. Yeah, absolutely. Excellent. Voice isn't fully back yet.
Almost. You're getting there.
It looks like this was a bit of pneumonia, according to
Google.
Certain thing. Well, I'm starting to believe it because again, it's sticking around for what is
pneumonia is highly contagious.
17 days. 17 days.
Highly contagious.
I've had it for 17 days.
You live with a small
Thank you again to whoever gave me this.
You're fine. You're living.
May Mark Carney forever bless you. My God. Yeah, we can do some quick Q&A. We've gone way over tonight, but you guys deserved it, so we'll do some quick Q&A. I was a crafty little devil in high school, grew up on a farm, used to collect alfalfa leaves.
Okay.
And sell them in Edmonton as something else.
Oh,
the old scam. The old scam.
Hey,
yeah, I knew about that. I knew guys that used to do that with catnip.
Yep.
Back in the day. Or oregano.
Yes.
Oregano was the big one. Pencil shavings and oregano.
Oh, people were dumb.
Let's get some Q&A. Yeah, we hit 1K. We'll do a giveaway.
Yeah?
We'll do a giveaway. I was going to do one anyways because people had to listen to me. That was you? I never did that, but I knew people who did. I knew people who did.
Not me. I was a good girl in high school until I met you.
She corrupted me so bad.
Oh, yeah.
So bad. Forced me to do all these things that I didn't want to do. And very suggestive.
Sure.
Got me in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble.
See, I'd probably get you in more trouble now, but I was a good kid.
Tiffany would always say, call your parents and say you're staying at a friend's house.
That was you.
Nope. Never.
Don't tell them we're drinking.
Question, can we get some more cowbell? Oh, every time.
Yeah, let's do
every time. I'm going to delete this because I know people don't like this anymore.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Right there.
Where?
You guys, I knew you then too, right?
You guys know I knew you then too, right? Yeah, see, Matt can vouch. Tiffany was corrupted. She was a bad influence.
Far too innocent.
Bad influence. How do we know the election won't be rigged?
Oh,
well,
we don't.
Eva Chipiuk has signed an NDA. She can't really talk about a lot of it. There will be scrutineers.
Yes.
And scrutineers on both sides. So the thing about Alberta when it comes to their elections, it's on paper ballots. There's no mail-in ballots. There's no advanced nonsense, not on referendums. It's that day. You go on the 19th. You have to produce proper identification. If you don't have it, they don't let you vote. It's not like what I've seen. I don't want to say like the US because I haven't seen it. I know the stories. I know Trump just came out talking about how Chinese influenced the 2020 elections. However, in Alberta, what I've always seen, I've seen people turned away. I've seen people told, nope, you have to come back with the right documentation. And it's paper ballots marked No electronic tabulators, none of that stuff. No Dominion voting machines. So they're pretty secure. How do I know it won't be rigged past that? I don't know. We don't know. We'll have to see what the turnout is like, and we'll have to see where the vote falls. And we'll just have to hope. What you have to realize is that if the vote fails on October 19th, this isn't stopping. That doesn't mean this is the end, that we pack up and go home. Mitch Sylvester has said it many times. This genie's too big to put back in the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
It's out. One way or another, it's happening.
Nobody's going to, we're not going to quit.
If you think after everything Jeff Rath did,
yeah, we're just going to keep going until
that he's just going to say, oh, well, we tried.
No. There's no giving up.
How about offering a year of military after high school? Grab a few morals.
Oh, I love that.
I think that's great.
A great idea.
I think it's great. I'd tell my kids to do that. I'd have no problem with that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not playing this one just because of C9. I'm sorry. Poor Gary has to be retired. Not until I know the full depth of C9 and what they're doing. I don't want to get in trouble. Hopefully everybody understands.
Sorry, I'm shaking your screen.
Question: how would you celebrate if or when we win the October 19th referendum? I'm glad you asked that. So Mike and I are in the mix of getting a very large streaming party together with our viewers at a location in Edmonton on the 19th.
I need a sitter.
We're going to have food. We're going to have us there streaming live on the premises the entire time. I think if we won the vote, it'd be like celebrating any other kind of political win, because it's the hurdle that we have to cross to get to the next step. If it was the actual referendum vote, how I would celebrate is, honestly, I'd probably just look at everything I've done on YouTube, everything we're at, and I'd probably say, this may be the time to hang up the gloves.
Yep.
Alberta's free. Once the process is done, maybe that's it for the Fringe. Because we achieved what we set out to do. Not that this channel was formed to get Alberta independence, but I think, what else are we going to talk about at that point? Unless you guys really want me to stick around, I'd stick around. But I think I would probably just take a minute to reflect and be grateful that my kids would be secure. That everybody's kids would be secure. I'd be happy for everybody that's struggling. I would really be happy for everybody who's
absolutely
struggling on AISH, ADAP, all those things that life would be easier for them. Life would get easier for them. Not right away, not the next day, but eventually. It would be the beginning of the end of the beginning. Beginning of the end. I don't know how you say. It'd be the end of all the tyranny and the bullshit.
Yep.
You know, it would be what we wanted when Trudeau first said he was going to resign, where we thought, oh, thank God it's over. To know it's over would be truly remarkable. When you were growing up, did you ever play Ding Dong Doorbell Ditch? Everybody did.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You were such a liar.
Are you guys going to be at Paul's Pizza tomorrow? No, because we're one of the last presenters.
Yes, so we unfortunately will not be able to make it.
Yeah, we wrap up at 10 o'clock.
9 to 10 is our time.
And then from 10 to 11, John's broadcasting. It would take us 3 hours to get from where we're broadcasting to Paul's Pizza. I said to John Bolton, it's a real shame. However, we are trying.
You could go. I have children.
We wouldn't get there in time. Everybody would be gone home by the time we got there. We are trying to plan another event to raise money for TPAs. I talked about it the other night, talking about Ranchmans at a future date. We're going to still talk to them. Stay tuned. We'll have something where we're all under one roof. Hopefully over the summer. Do we have any more questions? There's unknown. I love our Americans. What's your comment on the liberal El Bozo who slapped the teen girl who was wearing the Trump ICE clothes and now she's detained by ICErs, that Canadian right? Send her to North Korea. You don't go to another country and behave like that.
Absolutely not.
This entitled loser who was walking around on an expired visa, by the way, behaving like that, you should send her to Madagascar or Rwanda or somewhere. Send her somewhere where she's going to have to understand that when you behave like that, there's consequences.
Yeah, FAFO.
Yeah. And I'm not talking about, because you know the justice system, regardless of whether it's ICE, whether it's back in Canada when she's extradited, it's going to be a slap on the wrist. It's going to be, pay a bond and you're out. Maybe a house arrest or something small. No, show them they have real consequences. Let somebody slap them around for a while. I think the punishments or the crime should suit the punishment. Vice versa. You know what I mean? They should have to put up with it. Somebody should slap them
Getting
around.
laid, you're done.
Somebody should slap them around.
We should do our giveaway.
One more question and then we'll do the giveaway. I know there's another question in here somewhere. I know it's here. Steve Jensen, $5 super. After all this, I just can't accept ever being a Canadian again unless there's a very radical change.
Absolutely.
It would take a lot for me.
Yep.
It would take a lot for me.
It's hard to forget.
Neil Locke with a $5 super. Getting out is just the beginning, not the end. We still need to make sure the new system is held to a high standard and deportation reports.
Yes.
Yep. There's Matt with a $10 super. If Alberta is free and we don't have to deal with the C bills, we can start a new show where Mike and I let off the chains and we go full Alex Jones. Well, you still have to work within YouTube's terms of service, but yes. There's no more questions. I thought there would have been another question. Good. Let's do a giveaway. We're approaching 2.5 hours. We almost went double time tonight.
I know.
Paul's Pizza, I believe people are getting there around 9 p.m. In Airdrie. I would double check. Hang on, let me see if it says on the video we had. Give me 1 second, folks. I'm seeing if John's promo mentions it. Uh, 11 a.m. to p.m.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about the Paul's Pizza thing. I think it's somewhere around between 8 and 9 p.m. or something. People are showing up at Paul's. And they're going to be broadcasting from there. John Bolton's going to be broadcasting from there. He'll be broadcasting from there from 10 to 11 at minimum.
Yeah, so he'll be there.
So if you go to Paul's anytime around there, 8 to 11 p.m. Thank you,
go.
Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's what I thought. Okay. Let's do a giveaway. Pardon my cough.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm booting up the wheel. Why is it delayed?
Because you want it to work.
Kusher 977. Is Kusher 977 still in the stream? There you go. Thank you, Teresa. Appreciate it. Kusher 977.
You see, he found himself comfy on the bed.
There we go. There we go. Kusher's in here. Kusher, congratulations. You're tonight's winner of our draw. Head over to our shop, pick out the Send the Message t-shirt. We're only giving those away right now because we want to get a swath of them out there, out in public. Head over to the shop, pick out your size, color of the t-shirt. Send me all the information as well as your shipping information to unacceptablefringeyt@gmail.com within 24 hours, including a phone number. We do need that in case you're not home when they come to drop it off. Congratulations to our winner tonight. Thank you to everybody tonight.
Yes, thank you.
For all the support. Thank you for being here. Tune in tomorrow at 11 a.m. Alberta time, 11 a.m. Mountain.
Right here.
That's 10 a.m. Pacific and 12 noon Central time. Tune in tomorrow for 12 straight hours. The marathon telethon will be on this channel, live streamed. Again, all super chats, folks, that come in will be donated So let's get those donations up tomorrow if you can. If you're not able to donate to the TPAs, let's see what we can get coming in, because I would love to use my funds, I have to say that, to go towards these TPAs. So again, all super chats will be coming through for that. I'll probably have a ticker on the bottom letting everybody know. Teresa, there will be cash donation jars. They're all TPAs at Paul's too. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, there will be. Again, if it's under $50, folks, you can just throw money in that jar at Paul's. Looking forward to seeing the turnout there. Guys, please have yourself a safe and wonderful night. Hope to see you guys tomorrow in the telethon. I won't be on camera until later tomorrow night. However, I will be in and out of the chat tomorrow while the marathon, or while the telethon is going on. I keep saying marathon. While the telethon is ongoing, I'll be in the chat interacting with you guys as well throughout the day. So don't worry, I will be chatting with you guys. It'll be fun to catch up with you guys in there. There's Rick becoming a new member as well. Thank you so much for that, Rick. Guys, from myself, from Mrs. Fringe, from everybody here at the Fringe, have yourselves a wonderful night. Get in for tomorrow's telethon. Can't wait to see how successful it's going to be. John Bolton's done a lot of work. Please, please check it out.
It's going to be truly amazing.
Have a wonderful night, folks. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.
Take care.